world is filled. Talk about those I know. The world is mine, can't you see? I'm just trying to be all I can be. Oh, yeah. Now first come the cash, then come big under a big chunk of action. When I score with her, she be game for sure. Pimp so hard and drag his neck on the floor. Won't you admit it? I ain't gotta talk because I live it. Any chick doing me, believe me, that's a privilege. I won't be satisfied till all my hit it, then I hit it. We get it back to split. And Big B that with me flying through your hood, fast open with their eyes on my good. See, we date them like we hate them, see them like we don't need them, treat them like we need them, and never give them freedom. And we only give our number to select a few, and it's best that you never knew. We're good to turn a freak to a bisexual, and if she's flexible.
Yay, yay, the world is mine. Can't you see? I'm just gonna be all I can be.
You almost hit it. Yeah, you almost hit that note.
All right, you know what? I was out last night with the Owls.
Goodness gracious.
With the bad sisters.
You always outside.
Man, these sisters are runners. Anyway, hey, this is the afternoon show. This is Ken Duncan sitting in with none other than Dr. LaDonna Ray.
Yes, of course. I'm so happy to be sitting here with you. It is Thursday. The afternoon show is alive and well. And speaking of alive and well, not to sound morbid, but I love it when I can reach back to my friends that I haven't spoken to in a long time. And I spoke to one earlier today. So shout out to all of those people that I have not spoken to in quite a while. Give me a call. You got my number.
Yeah, call that 591-1690.
Well, 773. Life be life. That's right. Yeah. All right, guys. Make sure if you're on Facebook Live that you share the show. Very, very important that you do that. We really appreciate you sharing the show. And please follow us on Instagram.
Yes.
We're at 12,500 followers on Instagram.
Come on with it.
We want to get up to 15,000 followers. Why? Because we want to reach more people with either more shenanigans, but even more than that, we want to reach people with the message, whatever message that may be. We're trying to hit everybody in every account. So there are different perspectives from all over the world and especially in the Black community. And we want more followers to find us on Instagram.
Yes.
So needed. What else we got, Ken? We got the roundtable today.
The roundtable is what, 4:00 today?
4:00 today.
Who's all on the round table?
Well, all the hosts. So that's Rufus,
Cleopatra,
Matt, myself, and yourself.
Oh, that's
myself and yourself.
Myself and yourself and yourself and yourself.
Right.
So what's up with the green you're rocking today?
All right. So I was feeling a little bit, little militant. Okay.
I love the fit.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah.
If you want to see her fit, you got to go to Facebook Live.
That's right. You do. You do absolutely do.
And I'll try to convince her to stand up.
The funny thing is we're both wearing green today.
Right.
We've done this so many
Robert.
times. Robert's wearing green shorts. Absolutely. So green is the color to be in.
I don't see that many guys with Daisy Dukes shorts on. So Rob, can you not do that again, bro?
Those are not Daisy Dukes. But something is going on. I tried to get parking. It was $45 all of a sudden in the building. So is there a concert that I don't know about?
Let me learn you.
Yeah, tell me.
BTS.
Oh, come on.
BTS.
Behind the scenes?
Is that?
I don't.
So probably is. That's a Korean pop group.
Oh, and they just
sold
lost
out.
Their Korean. I mean, they just lost a Chinese. Someone in Asia died. Okay, I don't know if it was what country it was from, but there was a 97 years old.
Oh,
yeah. I just read that actually.
I'm not sure if they'll be there, but BTS.
Okay.
If you have teens, which you do, or young adults, I just left the Hilton, and I'm here to tell you, it was over capacity, packed, as my niece would say. Grown-ups, kids, everyone's dressed up in various caricatures.
Yeah, I saw the sequence.
I know, right? People wearing masks, makeup.
I saw that yesterday, so that's what it was.
BTS.
Phenomenon, I tell you.
Sold out at Soldier Field.
Okay, that works. Well, that explains the parking, so I had to park on the street.
Oh.
Yeah, I couldn't do $45.
Yeah. Sometimes just the disrespect.
They should have known that I park there every day, and they should have given me the regular rate.
Sometimes you should buy in advance.
Yeah, I should, but I didn't know what time I was going to arrive. My son had a doctor's appointment today. He dislocated his finger.
What? The football player?
The basketball player.
Yeah, that's about common.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
He showed it to me. He was like, and I was like, oh, it looked like it was
contorted.
broken off. Right. But yeah, the doctor said that it was dislocated and we have to go to orthopedic.
So that means you have to just pop it back in.
That happened with his toe before, and they tried to pop it back in, and it was it was painful for him. So they had to do surgery. Yeah.
See, doctors make money when they cut.
Well, he couldn't. I would have cut because the pain he was going through. I told him to stop. They kept trying. I was like, stop. That's enough.
Wait, this was happening right there in the doctor's office?
Right. It was an inpatient procedure on his toe.
Inpatient or outpatient?
Outpatient. Sorry. Thank you. Oh, it was an outpatient procedure on his toe. And now his finger has done the exact same thing. Yeah. At least he's not Mr. Glass. He's not breaking anything. He's just dislocating joints.
Yeah, that means his body is growing.
Well, absolutely. I tell you what, we're going to take this break on time. We're going to try to take every break on time. And guys, we'll be back. It's traffic and weather right here on WVON, 63 years and counting.
Yay.
More from Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
This August, renew your spirit only on Vine TV. Watch Behind Our Walls, a powerful documentary following incarcerated men pursuing a college education through the Calvin Prison Initiative. It's an inspiring story of determination, redemption, and the transformative power of second chances.
There's a lot of bad things that happen in prison. It's a dark place. You have all the time in the world. So you can either become a better human being or you become a worse human being. And the choice is yours.
Then spend time with Serenity, Strength, and Style with Sylvia Ewing and friends. Uplifting conversations about wellness, self-care, resilience, and living with intention. August on Vine TV offers stories that stay with you long after they're over. Watch on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, the WVON app, or at Vaughn.tv. Vaughn TV, for the culture, by the culture.
There's a new sheriff in town, and this lawman is on your side. When you need legal help, you need somebody who knows how to fight for you. Estate planning, wills and trusts, bankruptcy, personal injury, and real estate. Put the lawman on your case. Attorney Ernesto Borges. Lawman Legal Group. Call 844-939-1800. That's 844-939-1800.
Hear that? That's Alka-Seltzer, the sound of fast heartburn relief. Because when heartburn hits, you want something that works fast. Quick, Alka-Seltzer. Alka-Seltzer effervescent tablets start neutralizing stomach acid in seconds. So nothing works faster for heartburn relief. Next time when that burning feeling comes on strong, don't wait. Quick, Alka-Seltzer. Try Alka-Seltzer. Use as directed.
Get your outfits, grab your crew, and get on board with the Me+3 special starting at $1,000 per person. This time, join the Foundation Fantastic Voyage 2025 cruise will be fun, entertaining, and this will be a once-in-a-lifetime event with seminars, fitness workouts, parades, concerts, and much more starting at $1,000. Call 214-495-1963 to book your Me+3 cabin. Prices are based on 4 passengers in the cabin, so book today while they last and before cabins are sold out.
It's Rufus Williams.
The radio keeps our ear to the pavement so we know what's going on in the community. And I got to say, what and how you've been doing it as my frat brother, but more importantly, what VON does, you are the new Ebony Jet that keeps our community connected.
Well, thanks. That's a huge compliment.
Weekdays at 7 a.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON. Maria Pappas with Black Houses Matter.
We're up to way over 400 million here. Yeah, giving money's back. How about that? People in Bellwood got 10 million, Broadview 6 million, Burnham 3 million, South Holland 17 million. The city of Chicago's up to $190 million that we have given back to African Americans. Who does that? Nobody does that but WVON.
Cook County Treasurer Maria Pappas with Black Houses Matter, Monday mornings at 11:30 a.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
This report is brought to you by Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good afternoon, Summertime Shy. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown on 95th. Stop and go traffic, 26 minutes. I-57, Ryan I-80, no delays, 15 minutes. Bishop Ford, Ryan I-80, 94, 8-minute delay, 20 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable, Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State, stop and go traffic, 37 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolf to Post Office, stop and go traffic, 45 minutes. Kennedy, downtown to O'Hare. There is a disabled vehicle on the right shoulder. Kennedy before Diversity Avenue, 53 minutes. And Eden's, Montrose Lake Cook, smooth sailing, 15 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago, is brought to you by the Chicago State University Cougars. WVON is the exclusive proud media partner of the Cougars' inaugural season. The historic NCAA Division I football journey kicks off this Saturday at SeaTac Stadium in Bridgeview. You can catch the Cougars games airing on Bond TV. Today, it's mostly sunny, high of 80 and a low of 64. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high of 82 and a low of 65. In our city, it's currently 81 degrees and cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk Chicago WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
But he just kept right on, strumming my pain with his finger.
All right. Welcome back. I already see Ted London on the line, but I want to say something. I don't know if I have time. Maybe I should wait because this is more of a 30-minute conversation. Do you find yourself not wanting to split the bill with certain people when you go out to eat?
I told you I was on a date last week.
Did you have to split the bill? That's not the same thing. No, I'm talking about splitting the bill.
Oh,
okay. Do you find yourself not wanting to split the bill with certain people?
I don't understand that.
Okay, so meaning that when you go out with a certain group of people, you always end up paying more money when you're supposed to be splitting the bill properly, right? Well, I got a solution for that, but I don't think we have time. It's only 6 minutes left before we go to break.
Shake what your mama gave you.
I'll give you a little bit of it, okay? I was thinking about something. You know how I love AI, right? Well, if you were to take a look at how people place their orders around the table and you're sitting there and they go, let me get, okay. First of all, you need to look at how much that is, right? And what they ordered and type it in your notes. Or you can sit there and record that particular part of the conversation when everybody's placing their order. Or you can tell your phone, okay, Ken ordered the lobster bisque with the biscuits and a martini.
Double.
Logan ordered the
tuna tartare.
The tuna tartare with 5 drinks, right? And then I can say I ordered a tuna sandwich. I'm just being funny here.
I would order a tuna fish sandwich.
All right. So I ordered a tuna sandwich or salmon. I always get salmon.
Okay,
I ordered a salmon dinner with cranberry juice. Right. So now my phone has recorded that. I can grab the transcript from that, drop it into AI and I mean Chat GPT or whatever your choice is. And then when the bill comes, take a picture of it, because now AI knows who ordered what, and you tell it to split the bill properly with everybody's totals separated out, and it will do just that. Yes. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it looks at the bill,
yes,
and it knows what you ordered, right?
Yes.
And it's all listed together because the waitress is just putting it in the system.
Yeah, man, it soon come,
Yeah, that's right. So now you can. I like that accent. Keep it up.
Wagwan. Oh, your
so
order?
Yeah, you
Take
do
your
that.
order here, right away.
And now you know exactly what your total is for each person, and then you
Yes,
can
man.
tip
Look
accordingly.
more.
Yeah, and that's your AI tip for this week.
Man, the AI is soon rocking, you know. It get it rhythm full of culture.
I didn't know you could speak that
Man,
way.
me sing, me think, me dance. Jamaican, you know.
You think also?
Yeah, man, me drink with a Jamaican patois. Yeah, I'm a man from Tivoli Garden. I'm from Arnett Garden as well, from the yard, man. Yeah, yard man too, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
You're a real
And
character.
Westmoreland and Savalama.
Oh, Lord. You know what? Ted is having a ball with this. What would you say to a woman if you? Well, no, I guess since you're Mr. Jamaican man right now.
Yeah, man.
You're
Right
trying
away.
to
Right
get to
away.
the United States. What would you say to her?
I say, yeah, man, like here. You soon come my wife, right? Yeah. So me need you to put up the cash. You know, cash, no woman, no cry.
Wait a minute. What?
Hey man, it's all delirium, you know.
I thought you were trying to get to the United States. You telling her to put up the cash?
Yeah, man, look here, man. Me need a visa, yeah?
You need a visa.
Yes, man. Me need a visa right away. You become my wife. Me love you a long time, right?
Right.
Forever, man. Me gonna be with you, man. Me swear.
How long is forever?
Man, we with you, man. We're one love, man. Like the Bobby Marley say, you know. We're one love. I'm with you with me, man. We're gonna do a Rastafari and kick it up real good.
Okay. Okay.
You and me, mama.
And who
I
would
need the
fall
visa
for
right
that?
away.
Who would fall for that?
Man, my lyrics are thick. Thick lyrics, man. In your ear.
So a woman listening to that who
Yeah,
came
man.
from the United
I
States.
love you
would just-
all the time, all night, in the daytime, in the nighttime, man. Me love you, man. And we soon get a job when we get in the States, you know.
Oh yeah, right. No, I got to know what
But
you're
you gotta
making right
take
now.
care of me right away, right here, right now.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I would fall. for
Man,
that.
you got you got the cash, man. You know, me need cash. You know, I'm from Jamaica.
And you should have your own cash. You should have your own cash.
Man,
Don't you have like
me-
5 or
me-
7 jobs?
Man, me have 3 job right now.
Tree, you coming up short.
Yeah, man, I sell the coconut.
Okay, see, my grandfather was Jamaican,
Me an
and I know
engineer.
for a fact 3 jobs is not enough.
I'm a chef.
Oh, you can cook. Wait a minute now.
Me
Wait.
chop the wood, man. We use the peel match on wood and jerk the chicken, you know.
Oh Lord, watch
and
it.
the pork,
You
the fish,
jerk
man.
everything.
Yeah, the festival, the ackee and soulfish,
Oh, okay.
the syrup,
Yeah,
the guinep.
I'm done.
Yes, man.
I'm gonna leave you
Me
right.
chop it off
in
right away with the machete.
Montego Bay. In fact, I'll leave you in Lucy. Yeah, you stay right where you are. Okay, guys. Well, you know what time it is. Up next, we have the one and only Attorney Ted London coming up with the legal line, or whomever he's bringing on
Man,
the
that's
line.
Attorney Ted
Hopefully,
London.
he'll text me who our guest will be and what we're talking about today. And yeah, stay tuned. I think that I love to hear
Attorney
you
Ted
guys
London spit hot fire.
put your comments in Facebook Live so that we can read them along the way. And don't forget, you're getting ready for, you got me doing the accent now. We're getting ready for the roundtable discussion at 4:00. So we have
All the way around, man.
a hard stop at
Cleopatra,
4:00.
Rufus, Matty Matt, LaDonna, the Dr. LaDonna Ray, and King Duncan, man. Me come and drop the science, man. The political science, you know? See?
Let's drop to this break. We're going to go to news, traffic, and weather. We'll be right back.
Come down.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here's happening in your local and national news. Chicago officials receive odor complaints and warnings about the South Chicago Chapel nearly a year before police discovered 56 decomposing bodies there. Records show an alderperson's office also alerted the city about the owner's history of mishandling human remains. A city inspection lasted about 20 minutes and did not result in a referral to the state agency overseeing funeral home operators. The findings are raising questions about whether local and state regulators could have acted sooner. In other news, a new Illinois law is setting to establish rules for e-bikes and scooters. WVON's intern, Caleb Patton, has more.
E-bikes and scooters gained popularity in 2018 and have exploded into a national phenomenon. Now we see users riding them everywhere at any time. However, Governor Pritzker is now bringing limitations to their usage in Illinois. Pritzker signed Senate Bill 3484, which establishes regulations on micromobility transportation. I spoke to Amber and Shireen about what they think of the new bill.
I think we do need some sort of laws to maintain them. However, I think a license for a bicycle on the street maybe not necessary, but there should be some parameters to them, yes, because they're getting pretty out of hand.
For example, scooters could be regulated to dedicated bike lanes. That again, scooters and bikes aren't going that much faster than each other. So as far as what speed is going where, we can decide that.
The bill was signed Wednesday, August 26th, and is set to take effect on January 1st of 2027. This comes after last year there were several cases of deaths and injuries in Illinois in connection with the popular mode of transportation. Kayla Patton, Our News Now, 1690 WVON.
In other news, a Brown University study found that older adults who received the Shingrix shingles vaccine had a 24% lower risk of developing dementia over 4 years. The study analyzed health records from more than 500,000 adults aged 66 and older. Researchers say the findings suggest the vaccine may have protective effects on the brain, but the study does not prove that Shingrix directly prevents dementia. And Meta has agreed to pay up to $17 billion to settle claims that Facebook and Instagram were designed to be addictive and harmful to children. The company denied wrongdoing, but agreed to stronger protections for teens, including daily time limits, overnight restrictions, and improved age verification. The settlement still requires court approval before the changes take effect. I'm Logan Page, and that's what's happening in your news now on WVON 1690 AM.
Attention everyone. Saturday, September 12th, join the 2026 Bridging the Gap Parade and Community Resource Fair. One legacy, many bridges. In honor of the late Bishop Dr. Claude Porter, the parade begins at 10 a.m. at 25th Avenue and Washington Boulevard in Bellwood, ending at Proviso East High School's football stadium. Starting at noon, enjoy a community tribute, 50-plus vendors and resources, a dental truck, food trucks, youth activities, a kids zone, youth village, and seniors lounge. Presented by Amazon with support from Associated Bank, United Healthcare, Sparrow Coffee, U.S. Bank, Central Credit Union, Proviso Community Bank, SEIU Local 1, Habilitative Systems Inc., NBC5 Chicago, Telemundo Chicago, Clear Channel Outdoor, Paramount Media Group, Power 92.3, Jam 98, The Chicago Crusader, and the Talk of Chicago 1690 WVON. Details at plccabtgp.org. Be part of the legacy.
Chicago, you know the song, Say My Name, Survivor, Independent Women, Bills, Bills, Bills. But before the global stages, the awards, and millions of records being sold, there was a vision. And behind that vision was Matthew Knowles, the legendary manager who helped transform a group of young women from Houston into one of the most successful female groups of all time. Now, Matthew Knowles takes you inside the extraordinary journey, delivering a fusion of storytelling and classical music for a musical experience you don't want to miss. This classical funk performance is taking place Saturday, August 29th at the Congress Hotel. For Destiny's Child, iconic and reimagined, narrated by the visionary himself, Matthew Knowles, and backed by a live 5-piece string ensemble. Hear the unmistakable harmonies, empowering lyrics, and legendary hits in an entirely new way, while discovering the story behind the music. Upgrade to VIP premium seating and exclusive meet and greet with Matthew Knowles. VIP packages are limited. Say their name, hear their story, and enjoy the classical funk music experience narrated by Matthew Knowles.
Chicago, it's game time. This Saturday, August 29th, the South Side takes the field. The Chicago State Cougars kick off their historic inaugural season against the Roosevelt Lakers. Brick by brick, drive by drive, Cougar Nation is ready to shock the world. Catch every hit, every play, every touchdown live on Vaughn TV. Saturday at noon. Watch on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, the WVON app, or at Vaughn.tv. Cougar Nation, rise up.
It's Cleopatra Draper.
Yeah, what no immigrant think, no way. I mean, Stephen A. Smith is an immigrant, whether he's right or wrong. You know?
Yeah, immigrant? Where you from, Mike?
He's not one of us.
You know, I hate when you spill misinformation. Now, Stephen A. Smith was born in the Bronx.
Don't mean because he was born in the Bronx.
What makes him an immigrant? He was born on American soil, man. God damn it, I'm buckled up for a wild ride. But what I will not do is entertain foolishness on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and back to Monday. I'm too intelligent for that.
Middays at 9 a.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
This report is brought to you by Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown at 95th, stop and go. Traffic 26 minutes. I-57, Ryan's I-80, no delays, 15 minutes. Bishop Ford, Ryan's I-80, 94, stop and go. Traffic 25 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable, Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State, stop and go. Traffic 41 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolfville Post Office, please be cautious. There is an accident on the right shoulder, Eisenhower past Harlem Avenue. 55 minutes. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare, bumper to bumper traffic 57 minutes. And Eden's, Jose Cook, smooth sailing 15 minutes. Weather for 2-day Chicago is brought to you by the Chicago State University Cougars. WVON is the exclusive proud media partner of the Cougars' inaugural season. Their historic NCAA Division I football journey kicks off this Saturday at SeatGeek Stadium in Bridgeview. And you can catch the Cougars games airing on TV. Today, it's mostly sunny, high of 80 and a low of 64. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high of 82 and a low of 65. In our city, it's currently 81 degrees and cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk Chicago, WVON 1690 AM.
It's time for the 3:30 Focus with Ted London, powered by the law offices of Ted London and Associates.
The same way you got them, you got me too. Now look at us, so colorful, a wonderful spectrum, not one tone love. Excitement and not one love. See, we had to understand that, no, yes, we did. I'm bringing it back, I'm putting it in my kids that have a couple of grids. We like Ruby D and Lottie, and Coretta. We leave our physical, our spirits still together. So come on now, there's a placement for your hand. We rockin' with the see me, the temple of control.
Okay, I see you. What you know about Q-Tip? Guys, welcome back. It's the afternoon show on a Thursday. And as you know, on Thursdays at 3:30, we have none other than
every Thursday,
the infamous attorney Ted London on the line with us. You know, now that I've been through the offices of Ted London, along with the beautiful event that you had the other day, I just threw out my flowers that you and your wife gave me. They lasted forever.
Wow.
I want those right there on your desk. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back.
Attorney Ted London in the building.
And Duncan, Dr.
good?
Ray, good afternoon to you both. As always, it's such a pleasure and a privilege to join you guys every Thursday. Ken Duncan, you are absolutely hilarious. I had to get some paper towels to wipe my eyes with that. That was absolutely hilarious.
Hey, respect.
So I appreciate you guys very much. You know, I want to say hello to my beautiful wife, Kelly, who's a
Kelly. Yes.
Want to say hello to her, and I want to congratulate Mrs. Pam Morris Walton. Pam celebrated 10 years of having a heart transplant.
Yes,
and there was a celebration last night with many notables. Mayor Brandon Johnson was there, a number of other judges, elected officials, and I was so pleased to see Pastor Jeremiah Wright was there. And he graced us with some words of wisdom as he does. So that was very, very pleasant experience we shared with him last night. So to Pam Morris Walton, congratulations. Thank you for all you do for our community. And Kelly and I, we really love you very, very, very much.
Yes. Pam Morris Walton is so dynamic. The city, the world loves her.
Yes, indeed.
she's contributed a great deal, but it's just tremendous value add. So big shout out to her.
Absolutely.
Now, you know what? Every August is National Black Business Month. I heard you guys been talking about
Yes.
it during this month. You know, it was started in 2004, and it was started to celebrate Black businesses. So because this is the last Thursday of August 2026, let's celebrate Black businesses. And here's how I want to do that today. I like the listeners to call in and celebrate Black businesses. So if you are an African-American business owner, please call in and tell us about your business. If you patronize an African-American business, please call in and tell us and share with us Black businesses that you favor that we should know about so we can patronize them too. We have to share information about Black businesses that we patronize and that we appreciate. They provide us great service, great experience. So let's take this opportunity to do that. So Dr. Ray, KD, why don't you give the listeners the number to make sure they have it?
Absolutely, guys. You can give us a call at 773-591-1690. If there's a business that you feel the need to patronize and support and share with others, definitely give us a call because Ted London said so.
It's National Black Business Month. Listen, I talk about this all the time. Black businesses hire Black people. Black business owners hire Black African-American young people. I went to one of my buddy's office yesterday. He has a construction company, major construction company. I happened to walk into their office about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon on my way to a legal clinic I was hosting with Senator L.G. Sims. Shout out to L.G. Sims.
Yes.
Shout out.
Yesterday, Senator Sims and I, we do a free legal clinic every month. Yesterday it was in Linwood, but my buddy's office is in Lansing. So I stopped by his office before I went to the Village Hall in Linwood for the legal clinic, and he was having a meeting with 11 young African-American people who work for his company. These are project managers, engineers, project assistants. These are people who are running a multi-million-dollar business. Black business owners hire Black people. So support businesses. You're either going to support your own community or you're going to support someone else's community and their children. So make an effort to support Black businesses. If we have some calls, let's take some calls. KD, Dr. Ray, why don't you two start with Black businesses that you two favor?
Woo. Yeah, I mean, where do I start? There's Arlisha's boutique, and they used to be in South Holland, but she takes really good care of me. Karen B. Boutique and shoes, I believe it is, right there on 12th Street. There's been some restaurants that I've gone to where they were just they had exemplary service. I can't even say the word, but you know what I mean. They had exemplary services, and I know who it is. Fat Burger.
Okay.
Fat Burger on 87th Street. Something about that place. Every time I go to the drive-thru.
87th and what?
87th and Cottage.
Okay.
No matter who serves me, young, older, whatever, man, woman, they are extremely nice and patient.
Or sit down?
You can sit down in there as well. You can sit outside as well. But I go to the drive-thru because I'm always rushing. But they are so kind and sweet.
I know that.
Them and what is it? We It Is, the new one on Cottage Grove.
It is.
Yeah.
I love that. My goodness, where do I start? My barber at 75th and Clyde, which is where my office used to be. Shout out to Mr. James Stylist or Mr. James' studio. My barber Kiso. Soul Vegetarian. I've always loved going to Soul Veg. Oh my goodness!
I grew up in the house next door.
I go to Soul Vibes Restaurant at Wells and Hubbard. Jeez, I got so many of them. I got to get back with my Black Manny Petty person on 95th. She moved a couple of times, but she is so difficult to see her. I got to get back with her.
Yeah, you got to give me her info. I've been looking. I've been on strike.
Yeah, but you got to get in. It can be a serious challenge.
You have to make an appointment. We talked about that before.
We did.
No walk-ins. You have to make your appointment.
Yes. Again, so many, tons and tons of, depends on, my party favor people,
Yeah. Attorney Ted London, that's another business that I want to shout out.
That went over Ted London. You see Ted London like, what?
No, but let me tell you some of the business that I patronize. Well, if you want to talk about food, I do. Ken, with your Jamaican accent, I do favor Jerk Villa on 79th Street.
Yes, man.
Love their jerk chicken. Listen, I have a black dentist, Dr. Carla Watson, on 84th or so in Stony.
Island. Yes.
One of my insurance agents, Charles Cathy, State Farm insurance agent.
There you go.
Financial planner, Mr. Joseph Porter with Primerica, one of my financial planners. Listen, there's an insurance company in South Highland, African-American owned insurance company called the Insurance Exchange. I have a couple of commercial properties. They insure my commercial properties. Guess what?
Awesome.
You can find a black accountant. Everyone knows Mr. Kirkwood on 79th Street. Mr. Kirkwood is one of our accountants. So there's a lot of professional service providers in the African American community for your tax needs, for your insurance needs, for your I have an African American real estate broker.
Love it.
Asia Muhammad, black real estate broker, handles all.
I know her. Yes.
Indeed. I like Asia. Asia's a hustler. She's going
Yes,
to
she
get
is.
her deal closed. And so
That's what's up.
there's black insurance agents, real estate brokers, financial planners, dentists, physicians, mental health.
Yes.
They're black mental health providers. So
Sure.
you someone that looks like you that's going to be familiar with the kind of issues that we face in the African American community. So those are just a couple of my businesses that I support, patronize, that happen to be African American owned businesses.
Yes.
And you know, I wish I would've known this ahead of
my
time.
doctor's black.
Yeah.
My accountant is black.
Yep, mine is too.
And so we
Jerk Five,
tons of black restaurants.
Island,
Norman's.
Yeah, I just had them the other
Bistro,
day. Yeah.
Or if you're there on Thursday nights, house party, house music. Of course, we love Pier 31.
Oh yeah.
With my Pier 31 with my girl Nikki. Love that space, the vibration. And so for some of us, it's natural.
You know, listen to this. There's a ladies' clothing store right down the street from our office, Essential Elements. They're just doing a beautiful expansion down here, right on 87th Street, right in our community, just east of Essential Elements. Beautiful, beautiful store. I know many of the listeners are familiar with it. So
You know, I didn't know what that was. I pass by it all the time because I go to that drugstore on the corner, but I didn't know what that was.
Melody's expanding that place there. It's a beautiful place. I've seen it. It's gorgeous.
I love it. Also, well, shout out to Agriculture on Chicago Avenue and Clark. My guys Milton, and why am I drawing a blank on my guy's name? But everybody who goes to like Jones or Kenwood, Whitney Young, they get their tuxedos and from all over, but they get their suits made, their tuxedos made. Shout out to Agriculture on Chicago Avenue and Clark Street. Look, bad boys.
Ted, I want to talk to you about something, if that's okay. You remember our conversation where I was rolling on the floor, okay?
Yes.
There's a comment in the chat here that kind of speaks to that.
Let's
It
hear
says there's nothing wrong with supporting Black businesses, but you should not have to search for a needle in a haystack to find one. A lot of Black businesses use Black people just because they are Black. There's a lot of us who have been screwed over by Black businesses. Come on, Ted. Come on, Ted.
Look here.
Come on, say it,
You better
Ted.
get them before I do.
You know what? It never fails. It never fails. Here we are trying to support Black businesses. We're not. This is. We always get this, no matter what. Whenever we want to talk about supporting Black business, we always get the comment where someone's talking about they had a failed experience at a Black business. Please, not today. Save that until September.
Right.
And here's one of the things that I recognize about some people who make these kind of complaints. What they will do is they will hire a solopreneur, if you will. And they may not even be a solopreneur. They may be what they call a jackleg. Uninsured, no office, no license, no bonding. You hire them to paint your home. They drip paint all over your living room carpet. Well, guess what? They were never painters to begin with. They were ainers. You're going to get what you pay for. If you hire someone with inferior training for any kind of practice, you're going to get an inferior bottom line. And so oftentimes these people are hiring people not companies. Bruce Montgomery was on here the other day. I heard Bruce.
Yes,
He
yes.
talked about hiring companies versus some of these people who can only provide an inferior experience. So please save that for some time in September, October, not today. Please don't read any more of those comments. I don't want to hear that today.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you pointed that out. But we had a long conversation about that, and it's something to be reckoned with. You think about it, there's 188,000 Black businesses in Illinois alone that are solopreneurs. 96% of them are solopreneurs.
Right.
So what does that look like? But I'll let you
And
continue.
shout out to my house cleaner, Lisa.
All right.
And it is true. Sometimes we do have to make an effort to find businesses that are quality businesses. Everyone's entitled to a quality experience when they are patronizing service. No one wants you to support a business that's going to give you an inferior product inferior experience. So sometimes I'm grateful to say we have clients that come from as far as Linwood, as far as Olympia Field, as far north as Waukegan, as far west as Naperville. So we're grateful people will travel, but if you're going to hire someone that you know that they're unlicensed, uninsured, no office, their phone is their cell phone, well, you're going to get what you pay for. You're probably not going to be happy with the end result.
Thank you. All right, carry on.
So, but there are quality businesses, quality services. I just named a number of professional service providers in our community. You can research them. It does take effort. And one of the reasons why it takes so much effort is because we get those texts and those calls from folks who are complaining, which discourages other folks, because we've all had bad experiences in businesses we've gone to. I've gone to some of the finest restaurants and had horrible experiences. Does that mean I'm not coming back there anymore? No, but that's just experience wasn't good on that day. So
Right.
And
shout out to Southern Chicago.
Yes, Southern Comfort is it?
It's Southern Chicago on
Wabash.
20th and Wabash.
Wabash, yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
They lay it out.
The food is phenomenal. The company, white tablecloth, upscale, Black owned, Black environment. It is. I love. I've only been twice. I took my youngest there, and hell, I took I had a hot date, brother Attorney Ted London.
I heard about it. I just heard you talk about to LaDonna about it.
Man, she came through. Man, listen, had a blast.
And I want to.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm
Hold
sorry,
on, Miss Dr.
Well,
LaDonna.
well, I
swear
hear
to
about this all
God,
the time.
This woman, and I'm like, because the original spot we were going to, they had a private event. Took there, man. She grabbed the check on me.
Oh wow. Well, that's impressive.
And I,
So we're looking forward to the nuptials that will be coming.
And let me
forth.
tell you something. She says, and she's a businesswoman. She
Mhm.
says, I got this. What? And she was like, looking me in the face, like, I said, I got this.
Right.
I'm that B. I'm like,
right.
Okay.
Right.
Guess we got a call back.
Right.
She did.
Okay.
I love a boss sister.
All right.
But I had every intention to, but she was,
of course,
man, she was about to crack me upside the head. But
indeed,
class. She shut me up. I'll put it like that.
Yes,
I'm trying to slide in because I've heard this story before.
Man.
I think about all the
That made her look
sisters
so
out there
good.
that are trying to, I guess, get a meal or whatever. But watch this. We want to give a shout out to Black media also.
Yes,
There's a necessity
Absolutely.
for Black media. The Chicago Defender, the Tribe, the Chicago Crusader, WVON. Okay,
That part.
Yeah,
Bond
absolutely. Bond TV, absolutely. The National Association of Black Journalists, and the list goes on. So don't sleep on Black media.
You know what? We can't sleep on one another. We have to support each other. No, the reality is Black folks have a lot of money. We're all not broke. There's a lot of solidly middle class and upper middle class Black folks who spend money. We do have to make an effort to support Black businesses, because when we support Black businesses, we're not just supporting that business, we're supporting our communities, we're supporting children, we're supporting young college graduates who so many African-American college graduates are underemployed. So we want to make sure that they have a place to go in our community to work, to serve our people. I've been listening to Mr. Farrakhan comes on my Facebook feed. And the more I listen to him, the more I have to agree with him. We are not following the blueprint that's been made available to us to bring ourselves out of the quandary that as a race we find ourselves in. And
Right.
we really help ourselves a great deal by really supporting our businesses, not by having a show, National Black Business Month, and we're here to celebrate Black businesses. And the first dang on text or email we get is someone talking about, I had a bad experience at a Black. Stop it.
That part.
Stop it.
100%.
And we asked people to call us and tell us about the Black businesses that they want to uplift. And the phones have not been ringing. So maybe I should give the number out again.
773-591-1690. 773-591-1690. You're on live with Attorney Ted London.
Yeah.
So, Brother Ted, you got the calls moving up. What is it that, this is the summertime, and let's say you have a parent that is still here. They are on the brink of some bad health. What should listeners do right now?
Well, you have
They have assets. They have a modicum level of wealth. When they call you, what kind of experience should they expect?
Well, the first thing they need is information. Once you have good information, you make good decisions. So
Yes.
many folks have so much misinformation. So when clients come in here, first thing we want to do is give them some information, and then let's try to determine what they want to accomplish. And we can help them accomplish that. But information is key. Once you have good information, you can make good decisions. But here, when they come in here, we're going to treat them with a beautiful office, kind,
Absolutely.
professional
Yes.
assistance. We're going to courteous environment here, and just a place where they can come, feel comfortable, and get some information and transact the business that they need to get accomplished.
All
So
right.
the-
So let's go grab. We're
Oh,
gonna
he-
grab Jerry. Let's
Okay.
see. We're gonna grab Jerry.
While you're grabbing Jerry, so at what financial level status should I be at?
If you own a home, you should be talking to a lawyer to make sure that your home is going to get to your loved ones without them going through the probate process. If you have any money in the bank, you should make sure that you have beneficiaries on all of your accounts. Everyone should have power of attorneys for themselves, where they're going to name someone to be in a position to make decisions for them if they ever need someone to do that for them. So practically anyone that owns any real estate, anyone that has any money should probably be in some lawyer's office getting some information about how to leave it to your loved ones, that which you don't spend.
All right, Jerry. You're
There it
live on
is.
WVON.
All right, thank you.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Shout out to your lovely wife, sir. This is Ernesto's friend. I do his show, sometimes when he needs me to. Quickly, Island Furs. I went out there, bought a leather jacket and so forth, and he and I were talking. And Barbara Bates, who I've known since the 80s.
Yes.
I have a jacket, electric blue leather jacket, 38 years old. He got it clean for me. I hooked up with Barbara. We hadn't talked for a long time. I used to date her sister. I'm going to her event in October at the Obama Center and so forth. So I support the Black businesses. I really do.
Thank you, Jerry.
That's a good one. Barbara Bates Business, Island Furs, both great businesses.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and grab Donna in this last minute that we have. Hey, Donna, you got a couple of seconds. You're live on WVON.
Hey, LaDonna and Ken, I just want to shout out my business. I am the only Black-owned bra shop in Chicago, the DSC Vision Corner.
Oh, hey, Donna. Yes. I got my bras from there.
Oh, she said bra. She sells bras.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And more.
That's probably why I never heard of you,
Tell
Donna.
us where it is. Tell Miss Donna, tell us where you're located.
I'm located at 10501 Southwestern out in Beverly.
Any website at all, Miss Donna?
I do, DSCVisionCorner.com LLC.
Say that again one more time, Miss Dr. Ray. I didn't hear it. Catch it. Say it again.
Donna, give them your website again.
It's D as in David, S as in Sam, C as in Cat, DSC Vision Corner at LLC.com.
Okay, so that's DSCVisionCorner.com.
LLC.
Oh, there's the LLC after that. LLC.com. Okay.
Yes.
Well,
All
thanks.
right, comes right up.
I hope you get a ton of business.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Miss
Donna.
London.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
All right, thanks, Donna.
All right. Well, we got a hard stop at 4. We got the roundtable coming up Ted London, how do you want to leave it?
You know what? First of all, African American people are terrific. Black business owners work hard to provide great experiences for the African American community. Black folks, if you're going to hire a business, make sure it's a business, not a jackleg. Bruce Montgomery shared that with you guys earlier this week. It is true. There are many qualified Black business owners out here to provide you the kind of service that you need. Yes, it does take a little research, but it's worth it because you're supporting not just that business, but your community. Thank you.
That's right.
Love it. Love it.
Thank you so much, Ted.
See you next week.
All
That's
right.
right. Ted London. Go see him. 1718 East 87th Street here in Chicago. He's our guy. We love us some attorney Ted London.
Look at that $1 million smile.
Thanks,
All right, guys, we're going to go to break, news, traffic, and weather. And when we come back, it's time for the all host roundtable.
Watch out. Shots fired, man. Shots
That's
fired.
right. That's right. We'll be right back.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here are your news headlines. Mayor Johnson Town Hall discuss BTS takes over Chicago, and federal court rejects pharmaceutical industry challenge to Medicare drug price negotiation. National news from the Black Information Network is up next on Chicago's only urban talk radio station, 1690 AM WVON, Berwyn, Chicago.
PIN News Now. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel has released a report on the Flint water crisis, blaming failures in oversight, public health response, and accountability. Justice has evaded the people of Flint. The report also cites a Michigan Supreme Court ruling as a key reason no criminal convictions were secured in the case, which exposed thousands to lead-contaminated water and was linked to a deadly Legionnaires outbreak. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries is facing mixed reactions after reports of a private meeting with Jared Kushner. Jeffries says any discussions would focus on policy issues while critics and supporters within the party debate the move. And President Trump's proposal to allow more tariff-free foreign beef imports is drawing criticism from farmers. The National Black Farmers Association says the plan could hurt U.S. cattle producers, particularly Black farmers, and is urging the administration to invest in domestic agriculture instead of increasing imports. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app. Here's Terry McCready.
A staggering number of arrests by Immigration and Customs Enforcement. President Trump signing a $70 billion border bill back in June.
For more than 100 days, congressional Democrats tried to block all funding for the Department of Homeland Security in a reprehensible attempt to throw open the borders of the United States of America.
But new federal data showing more than 800 people arrested daily without criminal records in July alone. The surge comes as the White House pushes the agency to hit a target of 2,000 per day. July is the first month in Trump's second term when people with only civil immigration violations instead of pending criminal charges or convictions represented more than half of arrests. An average of more than 1,500 people were arrested each day last month, which is also a new high for the current administration. Enforcement kicking into high gear this summer after a drop following public outrage over the Department of Homeland Security's operation in Minneapolis, a funding standoff, and major changes in DHS leadership. College students in Texas may soon be able to get a degree in 3 years. Governor Greg Abbott is calling on higher education officials to design new fast-track plans.
This will help students graduate sooner, saving money along the way.
A working group selecting which high-demand career fields qualify with final recommendations due by the end of the year. Abbott says he plans to work with state lawmakers next year to write the 3-year degree option into state law. Black students make up between 11 and 13% of total college and university enrollments across the Lone Star State. All right, it's been 7 years since the death of hip-hop star Nipsey Hussle, but his legacy endures, and Foot Locker is part of that effort. The athletic retailer is partnering with Nipsey's The Marathon brand to bring a new community-based retail space to southern Los Angeles, and it's called the Crenshaw Rec by Foot Locker. The goal is to illustrate the vision the Double Up artist had for his community, which included prosperity and economic growth. Africa represents nearly 80% of global sickle cell anemia cases. The inherited red blood cell disorder relies on expensive imported medication from Europe and the Americas. Hydroxyurea is a treatment recommended by the World Health Organization that helps reduce hospitalizations and blood transfusions. A Senegalese pharmaceutical company has produced the first Africa-made treatment. Teranga Pharma's generic version of hydroxyurea launched last year and is available for adults and children with the goal of reducing the crisis threefold. The drug offers hope for addressing the shortage of treatment and reducing reliance on more costly imports. Stay informed, stay connected, and subscribe. Follow VIN News this hour wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Terry McCready for the Black Information Network.
Ada S. McKinley has a fantastic early learning and childcare program for kids from birth to age 5. Give your child a strong start. Quality childcare at 13 locations. Free and affordable options. Full days that are convenient for parents. Home-based services for expectant moms and their kids. And they welcome children with disabilities. Limited space available. Enroll now. Call 773-780-0050 or visit adasmckinley.org.
Summer is here, the season of sunshine, picnics,
and savings with a 4.50% APY on CDs at United Fidelity Bank.
United Fidelity Bank believes freedom starts with smart savings. Whether you're hanging with friends and family or enjoying a summer night, your money should still be working for you.
Open a United Fidelity Bank 18-month certificate of deposit with a 4.50% annual percentage yield.
At United Fidelity Bank, they focus on you, your needs, your goals, your questions. Their personal service is something you will not find at a big box bank. Get the experience you need and the service you deserve.
Stop by their Chicago flagship branch at 1701 West 87th Street to open your 18-month 4.50% APY CD today.
Or visit UnitedFidelity.com. United Fidelity Bank, where your summer of smart savings begins.
Rates subject to change at any time. CDs renew automatically to the standard rate in effect at the time of renewal unless instructed otherwise. Member FDIC.
Big news, Chicago! Kodo Hibachi just got bigger. Your favorite black-owned hibachi spot now has 2 Southside locations. Fresh hibachi bowls, garlic butter favorites, and that unforgettable Kodo flavor. Visit 258 West 31st Street or our new Morgan Park location, 11710 South Marshfield Avenue. Open Tuesday through Sunday. 2 locations, 1 great flavor. Kodo Hibachi, where flavor meets culture.
Have you checked out WVON's digital streaming network, Vaughn TV? It's everywhere on Roku, Apple TV Plus, Amazon Fire, on the WVON app, and at VON.TV. Vaughn TV, it's cultural content on purpose.
This report is brought to you by Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good evening, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown on 95th, slow go, 30 minutes. I-57, Ryan I-80, 4-minute delay, 18 minutes. Bishop Ford, Ryan I-80, 94, stop and go, traffic, 28 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable, Lakeshore Drive, to the Tri-State, stop and go, traffic, 39 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolfville Post Office, stop and go, traffic, 44 minutes. Kennedy, downtown to O'Hare, bumper-to-bumper traffic due to a disabled vehicle on the right shoulder. Kennedy at Irving Park Road, 59 minutes. And Eden's, Montrose Lake Cook, smooth sailing, 15 minutes. The weather for today, Chicago, is brought to you by the Chicago State University Cougars. WVON is the exclusive proud media partner of the Cougars' inaugural season. Their historic NCAA Division I football journey kicks off this Saturday at SeatGeek Stadium in Bridgeview. And you can catch the Cougars games airing on Vaughn TV. Today, it's mostly sunny, high of 80 and a low of 64. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high of 82 and a low of 65. In our city, it's currently 81 degrees and mostly cloudy. I'm Logan Page, and that's your traffic and weather update on WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
To you, baby, but I do know that I love you. Walk around the day, but you can't hold up in words. And I do know that I want you. Let's dance, let's shout. Shake your body down to the ground. Let's dance, let's shout. Shake your body down to the ground. Let's dance, let's shout. Shake your body down to the ground. Let's dance, let's shout. Shake your body down to the ground.
Welcome back. I was getting my Michael Jackson on in my head, y'all. I tell you what, you're listening to the afternoon show right here on WVON 1690, 63 years and counting. As you know, we do a roundtable with all of the hosts. That includes Rufus from the 7 to 9 a.m. slot. Then we have Cleopatra from the 9 to 12 slot. And then we have Matt McGill from the 12 to 3 slot. And then there's us from the 3 to 6 slot. So we all come together once a month to have conversation about some hot topics that we can collectively break all the way down. Rufus, I was looking forward to you being in the studio today.
I bet you were, but I'm not.
I see that. Thank you so much for your response. And Cleopatra, are you on? We got you.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Well, looking forward to having this conversation. Let's get Ken's mic up. All right, let's get started. The gang's all here. Okay, so Rufus, you sent over a beautiful start, or should I say a format for us to follow. I'm looking forward to having this. And why don't you just do the introduction to the framing of our topics for today?
Well, because I really need you to do it since I'm driving and I can't look at it.
Are you driving? My goodness. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, somebody's got to go to Ravinia. Somebody's got to check out Cool in the Game.
Oh, check you out.
And Morris Day. Somebody's got to do this. So I voted me.
I know that's
Rufus,
right.
you do know that if you take the Metra, who is one of our advertisers, it's a free trip to Ravinia at what's no cost.
I want you to know that I would take Metro, except I could not do the host roundtable on the train. So the only reason that I'm not taking our sponsor, Metro, is because I'm talking to you all.
Oh, you're too kind.
Absolutely. You know, I'm stalling because I can't find your email. So that's why I asked for you to let's get Matt McGill on the line. Hey, Matt.
Matt.
Shoot. Hey, Matt, you're live on the roundtable.
Let's do this.
Who's on their way? Who's on their way to Ravinia?
That's Rufus.
Look, Rufus, you're on your way to Ravinia?
Mm-hmm.
I am.
Who is it? Confunction, is Morris Day in the time, and who else?
Cool in the Game.
Cool in the Game.
You know what?
My brother, you'll see my brother Bud out there.
Man, it's gonna be a great.
He's gonna be performing with Cool in the Game.
He's gonna be sitting on the lawn out there with you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Finally, you know, Gmail's doing something crazy, putting these emails in some type of folder. I didn't ask for it, but what we're going to talk about is we have Black unemployment averaged 7% during the first half of 2026, while white unemployment was stable. The National Urban League declared that Black America is already in a recession. The question is, are we spending too much time talking about the national economy and not enough on Black economy? What happens politically if Black families believe they are moving backward? Who wants to go first?
Well, I'll jump in first. I think that's an incredible framing of that question, LaDonna. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I think both things can be true at the same time. What happens nationally certainly impacts us locally and very much impacts the Black community. When the conversation about affordability hits, when the discussions are taking place about the lack of housing, when the issues hit about gas prices, and these aren't just national issues in all these cases, some are international issues that affect us as well. We do have to recognize that it hits the Black community harder than it hits everyone else. And what comes out in that report from the National Urban League exemplifies that, which we've known for so long. Should we spend more time talking about local issues and what's affecting the Black families here in Chicago? Of course, we can and we should, but we do it because the macro really does impact the micro, and that, I believe, is why the time that we spend, I think, is spent appropriately for those things. But to point out the fact that the Black family is suffering so much more in this economy, I think is appropriate for us to do.
Absolutely. And, so Rufus, I mean, you've heard that Malcolm X adage, when white folk catch a cold, Black folk catch the pneumonia.
Yeah, but my question is, when you look at unemployment rates are based on those that are quote unquote actively looking for work,
Right.
which means that they are in the system. But when you're only in the system for 6 months, what happens then?
Via the employment
Absolutely.
security organizations, agencies around the country.
Absolutely. So that you're no longer counted as being unemployed, even though you are unemployed.
Right. So where are we going with this argument here, Rufus? Because this is unfortunately not new news.
I don't know that it's an argument, it's a discussion. We can argue if you want.
Okay.
I don't know that anybody is disagreeing on the point. I think it's the elevation of the point.
Got it. Okay. Well, so maybe we can put a legislative resolution in to separate the two. It's probably broken down already, I would think. Black unemployment. I've always heard Black unemployment versus Hispanic and white. So,
well, let's move to this point then. I mean, we can look at the issues of Black unemployment, and let's juxtapose that as well to the numbers of Black people that we have in significant offices in the federal government and in local government. And the question then will be, why is this so? Why are we not better off if we put people in these places that should be there to help us be better off as a group?
Absolutely. And that begs the question of our local elections here. At the state level, there's an election, or state and federal election in November. Next year, of course, we have the local elections. We have a Black Speaker of the House. Our Black mayor in the city of Chicago has not been able to get many things done, or at least his agenda done down there. What is going on? Or since we have all these elected officials, we have 34 in the House and Senate. What am I missing that we can't get, that the Black mayor of the city of Chicago can't get anything substantial past? School funding, some of his mayoral or city of Chicago agenda. What are we missing? Or is it just Black people holding positions?
I know that's right. We'll hold that thought. We're going to go to the break. Quick traffic and weather. When we come back, Rufus will answer that question. And then we'll get Matt and Cleopatra in on this as well. We'll be right back.
More from Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Attention everyone. Saturday, September 12th, join the 2026 Bridging the Gap Parade and Community Resource Fair. One legacy, many bridges. The parade begins at 10 a.m. at 25th Avenue and Washington Boulevard in Bellwood. At noon, enjoy resources, food, youth activities, and family fun at Proviso East High School, honoring the late Bishop Dr. Claude Porter, presented by Amazon and supported by our community sponsors and media partners. Visit plccabtgp.org.
From the South Side, a new force is rising. The Chicago State University Cougars, Chicago's only NCAA Division I football team, are ready to take the field and shock the world. WVON and Vaughn TV are proud to be the exclusive media home of the Cougars' historic inaugural season, bringing you every game live, brick by brick, hit by hit. A new legacy will be built. Southside strong, Cougar Nation proud. Stay tuned for game announcements, exclusive interviews, and behind-the-scenes features, because this is more than a season. This is history in the making. The Chicago State Cougars are coming to WVON and Vaughn TV.
Hello, Chicago, and all those listening on iHeartRadio. This is Gary Harris. That's right, the real G Money. I invite you to the class, Why Traditional Financial Planning is Failing You and How to Fix It. 2 dates, September 19th from 1 to 4 p.m. and September 26th from 1 to 4 p.m. at Malcolm X College. Tickets are $45, just as I promised, they'd be under $50. Parking is free, so it's just your $45 registration fee. If you want to attend, call the number 888-399-2049, 888-399-2049. They'll send you a link, and at that link, you can register for the class. Again, this is Gary Harris. You hear me at 11 o'clock on Saturdays till noon, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in class. Be there or be square. 2 dates, September 19th from 1 to 4 p.m. and September 26th from 1 to 4 p.m. at Malcolm X College. This is Gary Harris.
Alexa, play WVON 1690 AM.
Getting WVON 1690 AM station from iHeartRadio.
Try it out for yourself. America is listening to WVON.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com. A failed strut can turn any drive into a rough ride. When it's time for repairs, Rock Auto makes finding the right part easy. Shop name brands at lower prices and have parts shipped directly to your door. All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Hey Chicago, hey, I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown on 95th. Stop and go traffic 31 minutes. I-57, Ryan's I-80, 1 minute delay, 16 minutes. Bishop Ford, Ryan's I-80, 94. Stop and go traffic 30 minutes. Stevenson to Sabo Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State. Stop and go traffic 40 minutes. Eisenhower Wolftoe Post Office, stop and go traffic 51 minutes. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare, stop and go traffic 1 hour and 4 minutes. And Eden's Montrose Lake Cook, smooth sailing 17 minutes. Your weather for 2 Day Chicago is brought to you by the Chicago State University Cougars. WVON is the exclusive proud media partner of the Cougars' inaugural season. Their historic NCAA Division I football journey kicks off this Saturday at SeatGeek Stadium in Bridgeview. And you can catch the Cougars games airing on Vaughn TV. Today, it's mostly sunny, high of 80 and a low of 64. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high of 82 and a low of 65. In our city, it's currently 81 degrees and mostly cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk Chicago WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
I wonder why. All right, I wonder why. We are back, guys. We weren't gone that long. I tell you what, you're listening to the roundtable discussion with all the hosts on the afternoon show. And Rufus was just about to answer Ken's question, and then we had to cut him off. Go ahead, Rufus. Please continue to enlighten us.
So we were talking about why it is that Black families are where they are, Black community is where it is, and we have Black people in significant positions. And Ken mentioned the mayor and whether or not the mayor, what's going on with them being able to get city council and get the things done there. I was just going to say we need to back it up further than that. It wasn't that long ago when we had a Black mayor, a Black president of the Cook County Board, a Black attorney general, a Black lieutenant governor. We had Black folks in pretty much all of the different offices, and we still have not made progress. So we've got to step back and ask, is that the answer? Or is there something else or some other way in which we need to get to some level of equity if it's not through the getting the people in the places that we know are there to do our bidding?
Ooh, Rufus, you can probably appreciate this even more so. With there being only 17% of Black children can read at grade level in the Chicago public school system, I'm sure, or does that have any impact on the high Black unemployment here in the state of Chicago and the state of Illinois?
Well, I think those same children who are having challenges reading at grade level now are not the ones who are voting and looking for jobs.
Well,
we got to look to the parents and otherwise. That's going to be a problem going forward if we don't fix it. But whether that has impact, whether that's impacting, that statistic doesn't impact where we are today as it relates to those.
Well, I hear what you're saying, and you are spot on. But here's what the facts relate to, and I'll let obviously we have Cleopatra and Matt.
Cleopatra and Matt.
But what I want to say is this here: when you have failing schools, and you have really a mediocre effort to mandate that parents and schools be held accountable for kids, and have the basic arithmetic, math, and writing. That's a major issue, and we're going to have to face that, because that's contributing to a major issue of concern in not just in the city of Chicago, the state of Illinois, the place of where I live, and we cannot continue to ignore that.
Let me do this, Ken. As we go through the list of questions, I think there were 5 topics that we had. One of them does address schools and education. Let's hold this one for that and get into it deeper there.
Absolutely.
But to Donna's point, let's hear from Matt and Cleopatra.
Cleopatra?
I'm here, but I'm ready to change the topic. Ooh, what else y'all want to talk about?
Matt, go ahead.
Well, no, I think Rufus is on to something, though, when he says, maybe we should look at what are the other reasons for, right? Because we've had political power. We've had political representation. And I do believe that representation matters. But are we looking at political power and representation to change our lives or assist in our lives, right? I mean, some of the problems we're having is good to bring up the correlation between reading skills and black unemployment.
Yeah.
I think that's legit. But I think we got to look at whose responsibility is it for your child to be reading on grade level? If we got to, I think Black America has to. We're talking about resets. Yes, we got to reset, man. People ain't playing around with us no more.
That's the whole point.
We got to drill down on what's happening in your household, homeboy.
Yes.
Is your kid ready to compete on day one when he comes to school? Because mine is.
That's
my kid trying to get his grades up, and I don't want my kid to be slowed down because your kid got attention problems. He can't sit down and listen to the teacher. So my kid's got to suffer because we got to hold the class up to calm your kid down who's talking out of place and all. See, that's what we got going on.
Man,
we got to find these other reasons. I don't think Chris Welch and I think Brandon's got problems with Springfield just based on relationship building,
Absolutely.
Right? But in terms of unemployment, you ready to work, brother, or not?
Absolutely.
And quit saying it's the politics and it's the system. I mean, we can fight that fight. We're going to fight that fight. Dude, are you ready to work?
That's
you
right.
sit your ass down in a cubicle for 8 hours and concentrate.
Let's go ahead and move into the next topic that we have. Basically, this has to do with voting rights. With everything being under pressure, there are 8 Black candidates as major party. What am I saying? Gubernatorial? Am I saying that right? I don't think that's right.
Gubernatorial?
Thank you very much. Nominees.
Girl, did you say gubernatorial? Wait a minute.
So what? Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're doing. No. What we're gonna do is we're gonna show togetherness.
Wait a minute. Together.
We're gonna show togetherness.
We were just talking about reading with children. Wait a minute. We got to recognize that.
Throw your hands up at me.
That's so cool that we could just come down on this one word. I'm glad you guys are enthused about this topic. Let's move on. Let's answer the question.
Thank God for co-hosts, huh?
Yeah, I mean, at least we had something to add to the previous
First
topic.
off, I'm just
so let me.
hold on.
Yeah,
I agree with Matt. I definitely agree with Matt.
So, what does Black America actually want from its vote in 2026? Opposition to Trump or a specific economic, educational, and civil rights agenda in exchange for our support?
Man, I know I've been talking. I am so sick of us blaming every damn thing on Donald J. Trump. Kids can't read in the city of Chicago. throughout the state of it, black kids, fines, fees, taxes are being ushered in our face here in the city and the state and the county. It's blowing us away. We're moving to Houston, to Nashville, to Dallas, to Scottsdale, places out of the state, and we keep talking about Donald J. Trump. That is a ruse, that is game that's being run, and every politician, including Governor J.B. Pritzker, is going to have to be held accountable for this morass of taxes, of gouging the hell out of its citizens. And Democrats in New York, New Jersey, California, Illinois are all on one accord with this socialism approach and not addressing pro-business issues that black people want to work, since we're talking about employment, about quality schools, and about the crime issues here. That's a major contention that Democrats have to deal with in our cities.
All right, we're going to take this gubernatorial break and go to news, weather, and traffic, guys. We'll be right back.
Oh, that's funny.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here's happening in your local and national news. NBC5's Mary Anna Hurd joined WVON's Matt McGill to discuss Wednesday's town hall with Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson. The event was a partnership between WVON, NBC5, and Telemundo Chicago.
That is the mayor's strong point. He does a very good job of delivering a message. Unfortunately, he's had a hard time executing after that. And he's right when he says, everybody loves to hate the mayor. That is so true, no matter who the mayor has been.
That's
Back
right.
to Dayland, having people, that's just sort of the Chicago thing, whatever thing about your mayor, that kind of, you know what, he didn't do this or he didn't do that. He's going to have a tough climb. We do expect him to announce after Labor Day that he is going to run. I mean, why would he want to be part of even yesterday's conversation if he is going to bow out of politics? He's trying to set the table. And the reason to say, hey, some things are going well. Not everything, but there are some that he gets to claim.
Yeah.
Johnson addressed public concerns and questions about issues facing Chicago, including immigration and city policies. In other news, tonight's BTS concert at Soldier Field is sold out. The South Korean music group will face a huge crowd tomorrow night. This is BTS's first tour in 7 years. Willis Tower is expected to light up in purple in honor of the group. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker proclaimed today and tomorrow as BTS days. In other news, a federal appeals court is rejecting a pharmaceutical industry challenge to the federal Medicare drug price negotiation program. The court found that drug makers aren't entitled to sell their products or to Medicare at the price they prefer. It's the latest ruling in a slew of federal courts deciding in favor of the Medicare drug price negotiation program established through the Inflation Reduction Act. And Canada is excluding seafood from its retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods. In a statement, Canada's Department of Finance said removing seafood would protect against broader economic harms. The Canadian duties are set to go into effect on September 8th. This after President Trump's 50% import taxes on goods from Canada went into place last weekend. I'm Logan Page, and that's happening in your news now on WVON 1690 AM.
When it comes to celebrating our Chicagoland communities, Wintrust is here for it. We're proud to support small businesses in our own backyards, like Anderson's Bookshops, with locations at 123 West Jefferson Avenue in Naperville and 5112 Main Street in Downers Grove. La Fruteria Incorporated, imported foods from Africa and the Caribbean, located at 8909 South Commercial Avenue in Chicago. Kitchen and Bath Authority, exquisite collections of bathroom accessories and more at 611 West Roosevelt Road in Wheaton. Attention everyone. Saturday, September 12th, join the 2026 Bridging the Gap Parade and Community Resource Fair. One legacy, many bridges. In honor of the late Bishop Dr. Claude Porter, the parade begins at 10 a.m. at 25th Avenue and Washington Boulevard in Bellwood, ending at Proviso East High School's football stadium. Starting at noon, enjoy a community tribute, 50-plus vendors and resources, a dental truck, food trucks, youth activities, a kids zone, youth village, and seniors lounge. Presented by Amazon with support from Associated Bank, United Healthcare, Sparrow Coffee, U.S. Bank, Central Credit Union, Proviso Community Bank, SEIU Local 1, Habilitative Systems Inc., NBC5 Chicago, Telemundo Chicago, Clear Channel Outdoor, Paramount Media Group, Power 92.3, Jam 98, The Chicago Crusader, and the Talk of Chicago 1690 WVON. Details at plccabtgp.org. Be part of the legacy.
Chicago, it's game time. This Saturday, August 29th, the South Side takes the field. The Chicago State Cougars kick off their historic inaugural season against the Roosevelt Lakers. Brick by brick, drive by drive, Cougar Nation is ready to shock the world. Catch every hit, every play, every touchdown live on Vaughn TV. Saturday at noon. Watch on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, the WVON app, or at Vaughn.tv. Cougar Nation, rise up.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS is not slowing down, and the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, fighting to protect our clients' assets and secure them the best possible deal. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-659-4866. 800-659-4866. 800-659-4866.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
After graduating TTI, I got my CNA license, and an organization called Skills of Chicago helped me get into Northwestern Medicine.
Northwestern Medicine has created a pipeline to medical education and jobs in healthcare for our neighboring communities. It's no wonder we're the third largest private employer in Illinois.
It's a place where it's like a flower where I can just see myself grow.
Because we treat our community the same way we treat our patients. Better.
This report is brought to you by ComEd, powering lives. Here's a great savings idea. Did you know you've got the power to manage your energy? Yep, from usage alerts to energy saving programs and more. ComEd has all kinds of ideas to help you gain control over your energy saving costs. Find out more at ComEd.com/energy savings.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown on 95th, stop and go traffic 32 minutes. I-57, Ryan to I-80, 1 minute delay, 16 minutes. Bishop Ford, Ryan to I-80, 94, 20 minute delay, 32 minutes. Stevenson to Sabo, Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State, stop and go traffic 40 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolf to Post Office, is at a snail speed 50 minutes. In Kennedy, downtown to O'Hare, bumper to bumper traffic 61 minutes. Eden's Montrose Cook, 1 minute delay, 17 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago, is brought to you by the Chicago State University Cougars. WVON is the exclusive proud media partner of the Cougars' inaugural season. Their historic NCAA Division I football journey kicks off this Saturday at SeaGeek Stadium in Bridgeview, and you can catch the Cougars games airing on Vaughn TV. Today, mostly sunny, high of 80 and a low of 64. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high of 82 and a low of 65 in our city. It's currently 81 degrees and partly cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk Chicago, WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Welcome back, guys. It is that time. We're having the all-host roundtable going on right now, and what we're doing is we're talking about a few topics that we have all discussed or been, should I say, exposed to. The first topic we talked about was pretty much about unemployment in the Black community, and now we're talking about voting rights. And to wrap, we need to wrap actually because we only have until maybe 5 or 5:30, and I think that when we left off, Ken, you were cooking about your thoughts on how the voting rights are, should I say, dismissed in a way, or how you see things as when it comes to legislative situations. So I know I had to cut you off, but I want to give everybody a chance to speak on the topic.
Well, let's listen to the other host. I'm strong in my views and perspectives, and I'm gonna defer to Cleopatra, Matt, who rocked last night, man. Matt, great job on NBC yesterday, brother. You're awesome. You freaking like laid it out, man. You
it's all over the place.
Hey, look,
Cleopatra, can you pick up the conversation and share some thoughts on it?
Thank you, Rufus. I had a martini lunch, so.
Hey, let's get back down to business. But I agree with you. Matt was stellar. It was so nice to be present in the live studio audience. I think it was an amazing opportunity. As we look at the election, hey man, this vote by mail, these VBMs, and this United States postal attack is real. No matter what side of the fence you are on, the attack on democracy is balls to the walls. And I think the test of the measure,
what to the walls?
Balls to the walls. I think the test of a measure where we stand in this moment is going to really be rooted in the Supreme Court justices. I did a whole expose on Thurgood Marshall to your Uncle Clarence Thomas, Ken, and I'm very interested to understand. I'm very interested to understand in which way they're going to swing the pendulum on this, because it impacts us all, whether you Republican, independent. I mean, literally, they are eradicating states' rights at this moment to have this whole makeup. So I'm really concerned about the possibilities of just eviscerating VBMs, especially with a timeline this close. Early vote starts here on the 24th of September. So it is transforming across the country. So this is very serious.
So let me ask this here, Queen Cleopatra. Do you even remotely think that there is voter fraud that exists?
It's very small. It's minuscule.
Well,
it's so minuscule that it's not.
In what context?
Content. I literally drops in a bucket. It's not a wide swath. There's no mounting evidence that will percolate even the attention that we've paid it. In fact, I want my money back.
Have you ever been a precinct captain here in Chicago?
Yes, and I've been a judge. I've been a lot of things.
Okay, let me go back to the precinct captain.
Mm-hmm.
For how long were you a precinct captain? And
were
you
good? With it? Why are you interrogating her?
No. Here's I'm going somewhere with this, Rufus. I want to hear a response.
Well, I mean, if you're really good, that means that you are also going in and you are a checker. You can count in terms of who's in the space that have returned their vote. I have followed votes all the way to, fro, and back. So if you're going all the way there, I've played the whole ball game.
So I was a precinct captain for quite some time. When I tell you, and I'm not, this is not just because I don't agree with every Democrat that sticks her or his head out doesn't mean that I'm a Trumper. Voting fraud exists in the city of Chicago, in the state of Illinois. I'm telling you what I know. I'm not asking. I'm telling you it exists. And it's more than a drop in a bucket.
So where's your mounting evidence?
We're having a conversation on the radio.
But when you spew something that
I'm telling you what I know.
Yeah, but and I'm not challenging what you know, because I do respect that you are a very smart brother. You're a Morehouse man.
I was an active participant in the voting the election process here in Chicago. And thank you, by the way.
I know, I love me a Morehouse man, but here's what I will say. I need to see the receipts. Now we can do that off air. We can talk that later, but I think that's the biggest problem. I do. I love receipts.
All right. I want to bring Matt into the conversation. Hey, Matt.
Hey, y'all. So what are we talking about? Voter fraud? Is that what the question was?
No, the question was, what does Black America
Let's
actually
move on
want?
To another question.
If Matt is asking what the question is, I'd like to give him what the question is, and then we can move on. So you want me to finish the question, or you got it?
What does Black America really want?
Yeah, from its vote in 2026.
Okay, DMX. All right, DMX.
Should we put together an agenda,
really wrong
or
from
are we
it?
voting against Trump?
Right, what they really want.
Hey, yo.
You know what I think? I think Black America wants what everybody else wants, right? I think Black America wants what you see. People talking about affordability and are they going to be? Are young people going to be better off than their parents? I think all these issues. I think Black America wants to deal with the issue of reparations, but not. I think the issue of reparations to some people is about actually getting reparations, and for some people it's a litmus test to see where you are as a politician.
Yes,
and about Black people, do you respect the fact that that's a serious issue to us, right? I think Black people want to see, their lives change through politics, and I think that's part of the problem that we're talking about, right? I think, our condition is not going to change until a lot of things happen in sync with politics. And I think some of the things that probably need to change with Black America really doesn't have the appetite to talk about it because it takes the attention away from oppression, historic oppression, and politics.
You're referring to reparations, right, Matt?
Well, I mean, I think reparations is a litmus test for a lot of us. It's a buzzword to see what reaction, what answer do we get from a politician. What's your thoughts on reparations? It's more your thoughts on it than your plan about it, right? What does reparations look like? Because that opens up a whole nother can of worms. I think Black people use reparations as a litmus test to see how a politician is going to answer that question. But I think Black people, we're forever looking at politics to do something more for us than what other races do, and probably because we've been impacted by the government, and I'm talking about in conspiracy ways, right? Not just neglecting and not resourcing our community, but conspiring to hurt our community, right? So we are looking for government. If y'all can do the worst to us, then we're expecting government to kind of
absolutely
help.
100%. And
Right.
To your point, Matt. And listen, I am for less government, less taxes, and a very, very, very pro-business atmosphere in my policy thinking. And because if you go on 79th, you go on 87th, you go on any Black neighborhood, we want a thriving, economic, vibrant community, right? Hands down. So we got to do every damn thing we can to make sure that happens. And so when we're looking at our locally elected officials, our statewide elected officials, we need to see if that is a part of their lexicon. And quite frankly, we need to put that question in front of J.B. Pritzker, in front of Juliana Stratton, in front of all these new congressional candidates and local elected officials, and pose that question to them, because the government played a major role with keeping us at a disadvantage.
All right, guys, we're going to move on. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Chicago's spending billions of dollars educating Black children, and what are the children really getting with all of that money? We'll be right back. Traffic and weather.
More from Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Summer is here, the season of sunshine, picnics,
and savings with a 4.50% APY on CDs at United Fidelity Bank.
United Fidelity Bank believes freedom starts with smart savings. Whether you're hanging with friends and family or enjoying a summer night, your money should still be working for you.
Open a United Fidelity Bank 18-month certificate of deposit with a 4.50% annual percentage yield.
At United Fidelity Bank, they focus on you, your needs, your goals, your questions. Their personal service is something you will not find at a big box bank. Get the experience you need and the service you deserve.
Stop by their Chicago flagship branch at 1701 West 87th Street to open your 18-month 4.50% APY CD today.
Or visit UnitedFidelity.com. United Fidelity Bank, where your summer of smart savings begins.
Rates subject to change at any time. CDs renew automatically to the standard rate in effect at the time of renewal unless instructed otherwise. Member FDIC.
It's Gospel with Pam Morris Walton, your gospel sister, on WVON Sundays, 11 to 2 p.m. Music to help you on your journey. I'll see you there. WVON.
Tuned in to your favorite WVON personalities on Facebook Live? Don't just watch, like it, love it, share it. Every click helps us grow the conversation and keep the community strong. So remember, like it, love it, share it, Chicago.
Big news, Chicago! Kodo Hibachi just got bigger. Your favorite Black-owned hibachi spot now has 2 Southside locations. Fresh hibachi bowls, garlic butter favorites, and that unforgettable Kodo flavor. Visit 258 West 31st Street or our new Morgan Park location, 11710 South Marshfield Avenue. Open Tuesday through Sunday. 2 locations, 1 great flavor. Kodo Hibachi, where flavor meets culture.
Hi, I'm Tavis Smiley, inviting you to join me weekdays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. right here on WVON. I am bringing you a national perspective on all the happenings in the Black community and, of course, politics. It's talk radio for us, by us, and this is where America listens.
It's Tavis Smiley, weekdays from 6 to 9 p.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Greetings, WVON family. It's your brother and friend, Bomani Obadeli of the Activist Hour. Join me on Saturday mornings as we discuss a holistic and public health approach to addressing community violence. We will also be discussing ways that we can create a safe, peaceful, economically thriving, and healthy communities. Join me Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. on WVON for the Activist Hour.
This report is brought to you by Mattress Firm. Still sleeping on that old bed? Mattress Firm sleep experts can help you choose the perfect upgrade. They'll guide you every step, answering your questions. Shop today and save big during the best sale of the year. They'll make sleep easy.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Sometimes it seems we'll turn between.
All right, welcome Black, as Ken Duncan would say. I love it.
Let's talk about the local election and Matt's interview and mayoral candidates.
So we have an agenda. So guys, you're listening to the afternoon show with Ken Duncan and myself. And then we have all the hosts on the line.
I'm looking at you like I want to put you in the headlock.
Oh, Jesus. All right, guys. Listen, the next the topic that we're going to talk about, before we went to break, we did kind of tease it. That topic has to do with the CPS crisis. Is it bigger than a budget? Chicago has spent billions educating Black children. Are Black children getting billions of dollars worth of education? And if not, who is accountable? More importantly, who can be held accountable in the future for the education of our children with a fully elected school board? I'll start with Matt. Matt, what are your thoughts on that?
You know, the background music, I'm hearing it too loudly. Okay.
I don't hear any background music.
It's gone now, but go on.
Yeah, it was playing. I could hear it.
We don't hear it. Okay, Matt.
Well, we hear it. It's gone now, so let's go on.
Oh my gosh, y'all so funny. Go ahead, Matt.
Oh, go ahead. No, I couldn't hear anything because of music, so I don't even know what you guys were saying.
Okay, the question was, Chicago has spent billions of dollars educating Black children. And are Black children getting billions of dollars worth of education? If not, who do you think is accountable? More importantly, who can be held accountable in the future for the education of our children with a fully elected school board?
Well, I mean, obviously, the fully elected school board brings another responsible partner into the conversation, right? Because all the conversations about mismanagement or cronyism in the board or the priorities of the board not being the priorities of the community or the student. I mean, that conversation changes now that you have an elected school board. But if it's a matter of pointing the finger, then I think everybody's responsible, right? If you're spending billions of dollars, then everybody's kind of responsible and to blame for it, right? I think Rufus has the best perspective, having been, school board president. But my experience, and this is from an amateur education kind of analysis, right? My experience, and part of this is just from dealing with Mia as a school teacher. In Black communities, the schools that do well are the schools that have a group of teachers that have been there for years, and the principal has been there for years. When you have that combination, money is less of a factor. Money's always a factor, but money is less of a factor. For example, the school that Mia's at, Amelia Earhart, the kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth, I think sixth, a lot of them have been there almost 20 years in the same grade.
Wow.
And the principal has been there for damn near as long.
That's awesome.
They know each other.
Yes.
They talk to each other. Hey, next year you're getting, let me tell you about the class you're getting next year. Let me tell you about the students you're getting. Let me tell you about the parents that you're going to be dealing with. So there's some continuity in this school. How that connects to the dollars that are being spent and who's calling shots, and Rufus knows more about this. You got Mackle and King is one person, and you got regional bosses, that the principals, get uptight about and be like, all right, the regional person's coming in, all of that is some of the politics of it. But when you narrow it down to the principal and the teachers getting along with each other and in sync with each other, you're gonna see some results there.
Success,
I don't care
absolutely.
if you're in the project or in Wicker Park.
Yes.
Yeah, man, you know a whole lot more than you say that you do, because you hit the nail on the head. The principal is the center of the enterprise. If the principal has that, and the principal is ensuring through her own checks, his own checks in classrooms, their evaluations of the program, the look at the curriculum, and their evaluation of the teachers, then you're going to get the outcomes that you need, because that principal is also going to ensure that parents are making sure that things are done as they should be. Principals are so critical to the process from the overall standpoint, close. And then having a high quality teacher in front of that child is going to make all the difference in the world. And sometimes you may not see it right now, but if you have the consistency of good teachers, then you're going to have good outcomes. One bad teacher in that mix can throw everything off. And the principal is the one close enough to try and see that those things are going to be true. There is often when this conversation comes up, and I will tell you, I heard it last night, and I've heard it listening to radio this morning. I hear it another time. The issue so often is one of money and resources. And let me just give you a quick story. Back in 2010, Mark Zuckerberg and his wife committed $100 million to Newark schools. Cory Booker was the mayor. Chris Christie was the governor. And they agreed to match it to $200 million. So when you start to look at that $200 million back in 2010 and ask what happened then in Newark schools and what happened to that $200 million, $89 million went to labor and contract costs. $58 million went to expand and support charter schools. $12 million went to philanthropies, and the rest went to community grants and Foundation for Newark's Future and all these other things. Just think about that and whether or not Newark schools improved by the resources that were there. The answer is not demonstrably, given what was there. So each time that a conversation about education goes and it turns immediately to needing more money, that's not going to get the job done.
Yeah. Cleopatra?
Yeah. We're right up at the break. I'll respond on the other side.
Great. All right, guys. I'm gonna I hear a little bit of noise in the background. It looks like we have a call
That was
also.
me, my bad.
Okay, no worries. Guys, we are doing the roundtable discussion with all of the hosts, and we will be right back after this break. We're gonna take this break on time.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here are your news headlines. Illinois to receive up to $768 million from Meta. Flock cameras spark surveillance debate. Day 9 in Tupac murder trial, and younger listeners embrace audio. National news from the Black Information Network is up next on Chicago's only urban talk radio station, 1690 AM WVON, Berwyn, Chicago.
BIN News Now. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel has released a report on the Flint water crisis, blaming failures in oversight, public health response, and accountability.
Justice has evaded the people of Flint.
The report also cites a Michigan Supreme Court ruling as a key reason no criminal convictions were secured in the case, which exposed thousands to lead-contaminated water and was linked to a deadly Legionnaires' outbreak. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries is facing mixed reactions after reports of a private meeting with Jared Kushner. Jeffries says any discussions would focus on policy issues while critics and supporters within the party debate the move. And President Trump's proposal to allow more tariff-free foreign beef imports is drawing criticism from farmers. The National Black Farmers Association says the plan could hurt U.S. cattle producers, particularly black farmers, and is urging the administration to invest in domestic agriculture instead of increasing imports. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app. Here's Terry McCready.
A staggering number of arrests by Immigration and Customs Enforcement. President Trump signing a $70 billion border bill back in June.
For more than 100 days, congressional Democrats tried to block all funding for the Department of Homeland Security in a reprehensible attempt to throw open the borders of the United States of America.
But new federal data showing more than 800 people arrested daily without criminal records in July alone. The surge comes as the White House pushes the agency to hit a target of 2,000 per day. July is the first month in Trump's second term when people with only civil immigration violations instead of pending criminal charges or convictions represented more than half of arrests. An average of more than 1,500 people were arrested each day last month, which is also a new high for the current administration. Enforcement kicking into high gear this summer after a drop following public outrage over the Department of Homeland Security's operation in Minneapolis, a funding standoff, and major changes in DHS leadership. College students in Texas may soon be able to get a degree in 3 years. Governor Greg Abbott is calling on higher education officials to design new fast-track plans.
This will help students graduate sooner, saving money along the way.
A working group selecting which high-demand career fields qualify with final recommendations due by the end of the year. Abbott says he plans to work with state lawmakers next year to write the 3-year degree option into state law. Black students make up between 11 and 13% of total college and university enrollments across the Lone Star State. All right, it's been 7 years since the death of hip-hop star Nipsey Hussle, but his legacy endures, and Foot Locker is part of that effort. The athletic retailer is partnering with Nipsey's The Marathon brand to bring a new community-based retail space to southern Los Angeles, and it's called the Crenshaw Rec by Foot Locker. The goal is to illustrate the vision the Double Up artist had for his community, which included prosperity and economic growth. Africa represents nearly 80% of global sickle cell anemia cases. The inherited red blood cell disorder relies on expensive imported medication from Europe and the Americas. Hydroxyurea is a treatment recommended by the World Health Organization that helps reduce hospitalizations and blood transfusions. A Senegalese pharmaceutical company has produced the first Africa-made treatment. Teranga Pharma's generic version of hydroxyurea launched last year and is available for adults and children with the goal of reducing the crisis threefold. The drug offers hope for addressing the shortage of treatment and reducing reliance on more costly imports. Stay informed, stay connected, and subscribe. Follow VIN News this hour wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Terry McCready for the Black Information Network.
It's Rufus Williams. The thrill of summer is finally here, which also means it'll be over before we know it. This fall, the Rufus Williams Travel Club is heading to Charleston, South Carolina, October 8th through the 12th. Join me as we experience the beauty, the brilliance, and the culture of one of America's most captivating cities. We'll enjoy the charm of the Lowcountry, breathtaking scenery, incredible cuisine, and the rich African-American history of Charleston. There will also be a few special surprises designed just for our group. So whether you're traveling alone, with family, or with friends, you'll be welcomed into an unforgettable experience filled with great people and great memories. Space is limited, and the best rates are right now. Simply go to WVON.com, click on the Rufus Williams Travel Club banner, and reserve your space. Advantage International is the official travel partner of the Rufus Williams Travel Club. Charleston, South Carolina, October 8th through the 12th. Travel with people, travel with purpose, travel with us.
Full of big band pizzazz, take the A Train to Harlem to experience Play On, a jazz musical featuring the timeless swinging hit songs of quintessential American composer Duke Ellington. Inspired by Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. On stage September 11th through October 18th at Chicago Shakespeare Theater. Visit chicagoshakes.com for details.
Chicago, you know the song, Say My Name, Survivor, Independent Women, Bills, Bills, Bills. But before the global stages, the awards, and millions of records being sold, there was a vision. And behind that vision was Matthew Knowles, the legendary manager who helped transform a group of young women from Houston into one of the most successful female groups of all time. Now, Matthew Knowles takes you inside the extraordinary journey, delivering a fusion of storytelling and classical music for a musical experience you don't want to miss. This classical funk performance is taking place Saturday, August 29th at the Congress Hotel. For Destiny's Child, iconic and reimagined, narrated by the visionary himself, Matthew Knowles, and backed by a live 5-piece string ensemble. Hear the unmistakable harmonies, empowering lyrics, and legendary hits in an entirely new way, while discovering the story behind the music. Upgrade to VIP premium seating and exclusive meet and greet with Matthew Knowles. VIP packages are limited. Say their name, hear their story, and enjoy the classical funk music experience narrated by Matthew Knowles.
I know you're gonna dig
That was SWV week. Y'all lie so much.
We do not lie.
Speaking of week,
Lily had you drawed up, baby.
Y'all likes to flirt with me.
You was good. I think you tinkled a little. You were not.
What are you talking about? I don't like when they flirt back. I don't like that at all. I was playing with Mickey Howard one time. She did to me like, I have to go.
Oh, yeah, Mickey Howard.
My mama said I ain't supposed to do this.
Yeah.
My mama said I gotta
It's
come home.
the DL Hughley Show.
This report is brought to you by ComEd, powering lives. Here's a great savings idea. Did you know you've got the power to manage your energy? Yep, from usage alerts to energy saving programs and more. ComEd has all kinds of ideas to help you gain control over your energy saving costs. Find out more at ComEd.com/energy savings.
From the Xfinity Studios at WVON, it's Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray on Chicago's Essential Storyteller, 1690 WVON.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to the afternoon show. Atiba would love to have been here.
You know what? I would have loved for him to be here too.
But he is recovering successfully with his kidney transplant that took place just a little bit, also almost 2 months ago.
Get well,
Absolutely.
Atiba, and soon.
And we're doing the host roundtable today with everyone, that is including Rufus Williams, Cleopatra Draper, and Matt McGill, and along with the afternoon show. And we left off talking about CPS and where that billions of dollars worth of investment has gone. And are the children getting billions of dollars worth of investment, worth of education? We do have a school teacher on the line, but before we went to break, we wanted to give Cleopatra a chance to respond.
Hey, everybody. And as a former educator, I'm so excited to do so. We know that our children have not been met with equity. And that is the model that is being pushed right now with some of the candidates that are running for school board to champion for fully funded schools, right? When we think about the disinvestments that have been made, and there was a point that was made with Maddie Matt last night with NBC and Telemundo with the mayor that I thought he answered phenomenally. You know, when we think back to Bruce Rauner, a billionaire that sent his daughter to a CPS school. But of course, it was Walter Payton, and identifiably a selective enrollment school. But here's the point that just didn't quite land. 90% of selective enrollment schools are Caucasian. So until we level the playing field, it will never be with equity, right? So not only do we have some of the prize schools hyper concentrated geographically on one side of town, which is the north side, but they're not spread about, and that creates the Hunger Games. So not only as a former educator, as a parent, as a graduate of Chicago Public Schools, I stand in solidarity with this fight for equitable, fully funded schools. And that means that the bill has to be paid. So it's not billions of dollars that are invested, that's the budget, right? There is a gap. And in that gap, not only do we need to fill it, but we need to look forward so that we're not here posturing every year, clamoring and letting go and disrupting the environment and destabilizing our schools.
Cleopatra, I just want to chime in. The budget does matter. Quite frankly, I think we're up to maybe about $32,000 or $34,000 per pupil. Please correct me if I'm incorrect. Whether it's 10, 15, or 20 or 30 plus, it does matter. And what's happening right now is one thing we guarantee is a great salary for our wonderful teachers, a great job security. But we're falling short of making sure that our babies can have more than adequate reading and writing and arithmetic skills. Why isn't that the priority? And lastly, one of my most regretful votes is for elected school boards. Why? And I know we were the only one out of the 859 school boards to not have an elected board, but I'm okay in retrospect seeing to it that the mayor is held accountable for the success of the Chicago Public Schools. Because right now, it seems as if we're about to go into we're spiraling into a state of chaos at the expense of our kids right now. With all of these candidates being sponsored by financially sponsored by different organizations and groups, I don't see the real conversation about why Johnny, Shantaniqua, Corey, Beth, if they can read or write, we're at an abysmal failure at the Chicago Public School level. And now it's overly politicized where millions of dollars are being spent and there's no return on investment for our babies. So I have a real problem with that. I think we need to re-legislate and put it back in the hands of the mayor of Chicago.
So you don't support this newly funded, fully elected school board. We just got here. Well, it hasn't even been instituted yet. So you're not even going to give it an opportunity to crawl. And what chaos? They have not even been cemented.
No,
see that,
it's out of control.
How is it out of control? If that's the case, anything elected is out of control. Big money in politics is out of control. If that's the case,
I agree with you on that.
For campaign finance reform, if that's the case.
I agree. So as a public school graduate myself, I sent all my kids to public schools here in Chicago. Now, I took the time, just like you and other responsible parents, and I made sure that educating my kids were a priority beyond the schools, way before they got into school. After school, Matt and I talked about this recently, extracurricular activities from A to Z. It was incumbent upon me because I saw the model in Cabrini Green where there were non-pedigreed or degreed or socioeconomic status folk in the projects, but parents, the fathers and the mothers were very intentional about making sure that their kids, that we receive the benefits of their involvement. Until we hold parents accountable as well, and there's a severe penalty for kids being neglected by their parents, until we hold the schools accountable, we have to go back to somebody. The buck has to stop somewhere, and I think the mayor should control that.
Look, you can tell a Morehouse man, but you can't tell him much.
Period.
I agree with Ken early on, and then he kind of went far. But this whole thing around an elected school board was one that I disagreed with from the top for all the reasons, Ken, that you stated. And I think we'll see those things come to the front. But to Cleopatra's point, we're here now. This is what the legislation is, and this is where we are. We've got to see what happens. But all indications at this point truly are that there's money being spent. There are camps that are coming into the front. There are people who indeed have interest at heart, and those are the ones who are putting up the most money around the school board right now. And so that's kind of what we're seeing. And we're not hearing at this point a lot about student and academic achievement.
That part.
Well, we're almost at the break, but I know for a fact that yes, I attended Chicago public schools, and when I became a parent, I watched two sets of children go from one type of allotment when it comes to safety and another type of allotment. I had a conversation with Stacey Davis Gates, and that conversation weighed heavily on allowing parents to volunteer or promoting parents to come in and volunteer so that parenting and school can work together. But because there are some restrictions, some tight restrictions, background checks. We're talking about going through a process before you can even volunteer or come to the school, make appointments. No longer am I able to just drop in on my child unannounced, so that I can see them in rare form if necessary and get involved and see where the gaps are. But because I have to go through this lengthy, long process, it scares people away where they're intimidated to be more involved in the school. Now, I'm not making excuses, but I am saying that parental involvement is needed.
Yes.
The budget, you can't budget this away.
So you're basically saying exactly what I'm saying in another direction. I'm saying that parents, we have to hold their asses accountable today with
saying
intensity.
Hold them accountable.
And it doesn't mean that you have to be volunteering in a school.
No, it means all of that. All of that is partnered with parents being accountable. Because if I can't get through that door, if I can't see what's going on beyond the gates,
I don't think
it makes it very difficult. Remember, I saw both sides. I got one set where I could see beyond the gates, and I got another where you cannot. And I've been in white schools versus black schools. It's very different.
Yeah. So to that point, and I don't have the answer to it. I know that there needs to be a penalty.
It wasn't a question.
There needs to be a penalty for parents being derelict in their duties, because either the streets or Department of Correction is going to educate our kids, or the school, or you as a parent. I'm just sick of it. I am up to my ears with parents just BSing their way through and using schools as a landing base for their daycare.
Yeah, there's a disconnect. All right, we're going to go to break, and we do have, I want to hear from all of the hosts, but we have some callers on the line, and one of them happens to be a teacher. We definitely want to hear from Danny. When we come back, guys, we're going to go to traffic and weather.
More from Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years guaranteed? Now through August 31st, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years for new Xfinity customers. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, it keeps you protected from online threats. And get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
When it comes to celebrating our Chicagoland communities, Wintrust is here for it. We're proud to support small businesses in our own backyards, like Lori Bryden Living, a custom shopping experience at 4452 South Cottage Grove Avenue in Chicago. Central Sonar, accessible mental health and healing services at 2645 West 51st Street in Chicago. Princeton Technical Services, building and maintaining modern infrastructure at 940 West Adams Street, Suite 305 in Chicago.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than Saquon Barkley, the NFL's reigning leading rusher. I'm also the NFL's leading husher. Shh, hush up back there. Wow, I might have just set the hushing record. Well, almost. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
Alexa, play WVON 1690 AM.
Getting WVON 1690 AM station from iHeartRadio.
Try it out for yourself. America is listening to WVON.
This report is brought to you by Audible. When you start listening to books on Audible, traffic might seem like less of an annoyance and more of an opportunity for another chapter. Audible, stories that speak to you. New members can start listening with a 30-day free trial at audible.com.
Now back to LaDonna Ray and Ken Duncan on the Talk of Chicago. 1690 WVON.
Can I take you out tonight? All right, welcome back. It's the afternoon show and the round table with all of the hosts, including the infamous Matt McGill. We're going to talk about that before we close out this conversation from yesterday's NBC, appearance, if you will. You look good on that stage. Guys, we're talking about CPS and the budget and how do we address our children getting what they're paying, what they claim they're paying for, and the school board as it stands. I want to go ahead and grab this one caller at least. We do have a few callers on hold, but she is specific to being a teacher. Hey, Danny, you're live on WVON 1690. What you got for us?
Good afternoon, everyone. First and foremost, I'd like to tell you guys that I listen to your show all the time, and I hear the constant conversations about CPS. I've called a few times, but it's been on hold for a while. But I want to first start with equity. Equity is definitely an issue. I work in the Inglewood neighborhood at a school that I've been at for 6 years, and we don't even have functional working staff for teachers or students. Secondly, students are consistently falling through the cracks. This is my 6th year at the elementary school, and when I started 6 years ago, I was a first-year teacher after COVID, and there were several students, like majority of my class, were not on grade level. I've since learned that since COVID, students aren't receiving the grades that they've earned. Teachers and principals are reprimanded when students are failing by the networks, and us having a fully elected school board is okay, but if they're not going to change the way of the rules that they made after COVID, it's not going to work. I'm a CPS alumni from grammar school and high school, and there were several students in my 8th grade class who had failed back in 3rd grade because they didn't meet the grade level content expectations. I also wanted to bring up parent involvement. I heard someone mention that parents aren't able to get in and volunteer and come in and see the classes because of the background checks, but there are events that the school holds to allow parents to gain insight on where their students are, report card pickups and data nights and all these other events. And the ability to get parents to come out and join for free at 6 o'clock. We've tried different times of the day. Parents aren't being held accountable. Students aren't being held accountable. We have students that are extreme behavioral problems, which hinders the classroom from functioning at a level where all students can succeed. And so it goes deeper than just financial gains for CPS. We need teachers, we need parents and students to be held accountable for their actions.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Homework is sent home. You could count on your hand how many students return homework, and the excuses you reach out to parents, they don't call you back. Their phone numbers aren't correct numbers. They go straight to voicemail. It's just a trickle down, but students aren't held accountable for their grades or being on grade level. Kids don't fail anymore. That's going to continuously be an issue because I should not receive fourth graders who cannot read.
Or Dana coming into the school because their parent was smoking weed in the car early in the morning, the car smelling like blunt. I'm telling you, parents need to be held accountable.
Issue, but we can't hold the students accountable for that.
I get that
too.
Absolutely.
We can't hold the students accountable for that, but the parents aren't held accountable for that. Like, we're not allowed to send students home when they come in at 11 o'clock. There's been several instances. I can't hear you if you're trying to talk to me.
No, thank you, Danny. I appreciate you taking the time. We do have to move on.
Thanks, Dana.
Thank you for that. And you can call in anytime. It's Danny, I think, but I just want to make sure.
Danny.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, that was a good call, and I'm gonna tell you why, because you guys know me as a school teacher. So I heard a lot of Mia in that conversation, though, over the years. One thing is like the student may go home and complain about the teacher, and then the teacher will take the student side, and it's like both of them against the teacher.
Right.
Whereas my father always sided with the teacher.
Yeah, mine too.
Always. It wasn't no, hey, you know, this is what you doing to my child. You know, my father, he talked to the teacher, and the teacher was always right. Now, I know you got to be careful with that. But she also mentioned how they don't have the ability to move on beyond a child that has like discipline problems. You got kids in there that can't sit down. They got ADHD extreme, and they cannot sit down in a chair while the teacher is talking. And they are constantly moving, talking out of place, talking loud out of place, and the teacher cannot make that child leave the classroom, or they cannot boot that kid out of school. That is a hell of a mountain for teachers, Chicago public school teachers, to climb. Because in private school, it'd just be like, all right, go to the office, go get out, hey, call you, tell your parents come get you, and put you out. And they have, Chicago public schools, they have to deal with that problem child that has attention, hearing problems, whatever their problem is. They got to deal with it. And the rest of the class has to sit there while the teacher tries to figure out this one student that can't sit in his desk.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're almost at the end of this roundtable. We do have a few callers that are sitting in. It looks like Mark J is on topic. Did you guys want to close with anything before we grab a caller?
Yeah, let me ask you this. Cleopatra, where did you graduate from high school?
Of course, all the pretty girls went to Kenwood.
Was Kenwood selective enrollment when you were there?
Was Kenwood what?
Selective enrollment?
No, it's always been a neighborhood high performing school, and it still is today.
Okay, Matt, where did you graduate from? I started at Kenwood, and then I graduated from Percy Julian, and Kenwood was called Kenwood Academy, which meant its boundaries could expand beyond the local neighborhood and take in other students that were like high achieving students. Okay, and Ken, where did you graduate from?
Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park. LaDonna, how about you?
I graduated from Thornton.
Okay, it's just outside of the city. My point is, and I graduated from OR.
From where?
My point is simply from OR, O-R-R, Chicago Avenue.
Oh, OR. Yeah.
My point is simply this. There are a lot of us and a lot of people who achieve who don't go to selective enrollment schools. And we've been doing this for some time. They may not have been as prominent as they are now, but what is going to happen, as I said before, it's got to be the principal and the teachers who make the difference in these children's lives and make the difference in making sure that the parents are getting done what they need to get done. It's a big thing. It's a heavy lift. And a lot of time is being spent around this elected school board. But the fact of the matter is, no matter how the schools in charge of the schools, if the schools aren't doing well, the fingers are going to be pointed at the mayor. I believe in democracy, but I think this one may have gone too fast, too far, with too many. And that's what we're seeing with all the money that's going into this election. And we'll spend time trying to help people ferret through who should be on the board and what they're about. But this is going to be a rocky road for a while as this democracy comes into place. And our prayer and our intention has to be that children still prosper while all these other things are going on.
I agree 100%, Rufus.
All right. Well, I want to thank all of you for coming on and having these discussions. We didn't get through all of our topics, but time does get away from us as it normally does. Thank you so much, Rufus, Cleopatra, and Matt McGill. But before we let Matt McGill go, we have to say hoorah, because he did a phenomenal job yesterday at NBC. Matt, tell us, how did it feel being in that studio and with the ability to ask the questions that you needed to ask the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson?
You know what's funny? You have all these questions that you want to ask, and you guys know, because you guys have interviewed the mayor. You never ask all the questions that you have written down that you want to ask. And with live television, man, it's just kind of all these moving parts are kind of going. But I don't know if you guys heard, I asked the mayor, was this version of the school board the version that he was fighting for years ago, right? The version that's about to be on the ballot, right? And I asked that for a reason, because for all the reasons and concerns that Ken Duncan, you mentioned, and Rufus kind of mentioned all the money that's involved, is this really what, when he said he was out there protesting about having an elected school board, is this the same version that you were protesting for that we're going to see in November? But all you guys were just great. Number one, man, Rufus, Cleopatra being there, Ken and LaDonna, I know y'all would have been there if y'all weren't on the air, and Sonia as well. I mean, you guys just were like complete team players in this, and Melody, of course, creating this opportunity for the station really to be on that stage, man. It was just good, man. And there, I think, you really didn't get to drill down, but it was just about kind of starting the conversation. And the mayor did good. He did good.
You were so cool, though. You sounded like radio, like they were talking. So, I guess the way they were, but you were like, it's just that you were Matt all the way through it.
Held it
We
down,
watched
brother.
it.
Very proud of you. And you look good, man.
Okay, that was great.
Yeah,
Let
nice
me say
jacket.
the mayor was also on point. The mayor answered
He was.
the questions.
He was.
He answered them well. He answered them as he was prepared. It was a very, very good showing by him and Matt. He made us all proud.
Absolutely.
Hey, they had makeup there, guys. So
That's what it was.
that helped.
All right. Well, great job. We can't wait to see it again, Matt. Thanks so much for that and letting us peer in. We saw you guys in the audience cheering them on. That was groovy. All right, guys, we're going to end the roundtable discussion. I know I went all the way back right here on the afternoon show. Who's going to do the roundtable next month?
We'll decide a week before. We'll do it again in a month.
All right. Well, it's coming back next month, guys. Okay.
Look, if you guys want to get up early, I am happy to have you join me.
Hey, I'm up early anyway.
At 7:00 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm up early. I get up at 5 a.m. every morning. For real.
Okay. It's gotta be all of us.
All right.
So that's what makes it work. Let's do it. Look, good to be with you guys. I'll tell Cool and Morris and Consumption. Y'all said what's up.
All right. Okay. For sure. All right, guys. Those of you holding, just sit tight. Okay. Sit tight. We'll be right back. We're going to go to news, traffic, and weather, and we'll be right back.
Hey, Chicago. Hey, I'm Logan Page, and here's happening in your local and national news. Illinois could receive up to $768 million from Meta as part of a $17.1 billion settlement over allegations that Facebook and Instagram harm teens. The money will be distributed over 10 years for youth mental health and online safety programs. Meta will also strengthen age verification, time limits, and protections for teenage users. In other news, flock cameras are being used by Chicago area police to scan and track license plates, with Lake County reporting at least 10 arrests linked to the technology. In Illinois, flock cameras recently flagged 61 plates connected to missing person cases and about 6,000 linked to stolen vehicles. But critics point to privacy concerns, including a former police chief accused of making nearly 250 unauthorized flock searches. In other news, the defense is presenting its case in day 9 of the Tupac Shakur murder trial. Yesterday in Las Vegas, the prosecution rested. Dwayne Keith D. Davis is accused of planning the drive-by shooting that left the rapper fatally wounded 30 years ago. He's pleaded not guilty and could face life behind bars if convicted. The jury has heard from over 24 witnesses, including police, forensic experts, and people connected to the events surrounding the shooting. And Edison research finds younger listeners are spending significant time with audio each day. Gen Z averages about 4 hours and 10 minutes of daily audio, including streaming music, YouTube, radio, and podcasts. The findings show audio remains an important way for younger audiences to stay entertained and informed. I'm Logan Page, and that's what's happening in your news now on WVON 1690 AM.
When you play the Illinois Lottery, you're generating funds that support education. No matter the prize, Illinois wins. Play all your favorite Illinois Lottery games today to help raise more for education. Be smart, play smart. Must be 18 years or older to play. Game odds available at IllinoisLottery.com.
It's Gospel with Pam Morris Walton, your gospel sister, on WVON Sundays, 11 to 2 p.m. Music to help you on your journey. I'll see you there. WVON.
Have you checked out WVON's digital streaming network, Vaughn TV? It's everywhere on Roku, Apple TV Plus, Amazon Fire, on the WVON app, and at VON.TV. Vaughn TV, it's cultural content on purpose.
This report is brought to you by Audible. When you start listening to books on Audible, traffic might seem like less of an annoyance and more of an opportunity for another chapter. Audible, stories that speak to you. New members can start listening with a 30-day free trial at audible.com.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown on 95th, stop and go traffic 26 minutes. I-57, Ryan's I-80, 2-minute delay, 16 minutes. Bishop Ford, Ryan's I-80, 94 is bumper-to-bumper traffic due to road work and an earlier accident. Bishop Ford between 115th Street and Sibley Boulevard, 32 minutes. Stevenson, due Sabo, Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State, stop and go traffic, 33 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolf to Post Office, stop and go traffic, 46 minutes. Kennedy, downtown to O'Hare, stop and go traffic, 55 minutes. And Eden's, Montrose Lake Cook, slow go, 19 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago, is brought to you by the Chicago State University Cougars. WVON is the exclusive proud media partner of the Cougars' inaugural season. Their historic NCAA Division I football journey kicks off this Saturday at SeatGeek Stadium in Bridgeview. And you can catch the Cougars games airing on Vaughn TV. Today, it's mostly sunny, high of 80 and a low of 64. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high of 82 and a low of 65. In our city, it's currently 81 degrees and partly cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk Chicago WVON 1690 AM.
Here's 90 seconds to stronger crisis communications for nonprofits. We're offering practical expert advice to help you navigate situations, maintain credibility, and keep your communities you serve engaged and informed. Let's meet this moment together.
Want to turn a communication problem into a trust problem? Let your staff find out about it on social media. When something happens, don't focus only on what you'll tell the public. Your employees, board members, and key stakeholders need timely, accurate information too. And you don't need every answer before you communicate. Tell them what you know, tell them what you don't know yet, and tell them when they can expect another update. Because silence leaves room for speculation, and speculation moves fast. Today's tip: make internal communication part of your crisis plan. Decide who communicates with your team, how they'll receive the information, and how you'll keep them updated. Before you manage the headline, manage the hallway. Wow, what a great way to spend 90 seconds.
This has been 90 seconds to stronger crisis communications for nonprofits. It's part of our Meeting the Moment feature powered by the Chicago Community Trust. Join our Meeting the Moment movement by signing up at WVON.com/Meeting the Moment.
Get your outfits, grab your crew, and get on board with the Me Plus 3 special starting at $1,000 per person. This time, join the Foundation Fantastic Voyage 2025 cruise will be fun, entertaining, and this will be a once-in-a-lifetime event with seminars, fitness workouts, parades, concerts, and much more starting at $1,000. Call 214-495-1963 to book your Me Plus 3 cabin. Prices are based on 4 passengers in the cabin, so book today while they last and before cabins are sold out.
Hear that? That's Alka-Seltzer, the sound of fast heartburn relief. Because when heartburn hits, you want something that works fast. Quick, Alka-Seltzer. Alka-Seltzer effervescent tablets start neutralizing stomach acid in seconds, so nothing works faster for heartburn relief. Next time when that burning feeling comes on strong, don't wait. Quick, Alka-Seltzer. Try Alka-Seltzer. Use as directed.
Now back to LaDonna Ray and Ken Duncan on the Talk of Chicago. 1690 WVON.
All right, let's go straight to the callers. Thank you so much. You guys are listening to the afternoon show, and we want to thank you for waiting so patiently. Tax Doctor, what's up? Tax Doctor's live on WVON.
Guys did a fantastic job. One thing I must say to the parents of Chicago, be on standby. I grew up in Chicago, went to public schools in Chicago, and my parents decided to move to Maywood in 1971. I graduated from Proviso East, and from the time we moved to Maywood in 71, I was up on the elected school board. So I saw the pros and cons. And one thing for sure, parents going to have to look out for, and that is the politics in the school board.
Mm-hmm.
And people on that board trying to get their friends and family member jobs at the expense of our students. So that's something you got to look out for. Now, the flip side of everything is, as I was listening to you guys, funding is a key issue. And as long as the poor school districts don't have the amount of money like the school districts up north, our babies are going to always be behind the eighth ball. And that's why we need to fight hard to get the schools off the property tax system and let the state fund education like Article 10, Section 1 state they should.
Yes.
Education is supposed to be free. And as long as we have to try to come up with, when you think about this whole issue, we have to raise 3 times as much in these poor school districts than the school districts up north that can use a fraction of a percent to raise the type of money they can raise because they property tax rich. And our rates have to be damn near 15 to 20 to 30% just to get that $1. So once again, folks, pay close attention to the elected school board. Get out there and vote and participate. Thank you, guys. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Tax Doctor.
Let's move on to Susan. Thank you so much for waiting. You're live on WVON. Susan.
Hi, guys. You know, I didn't realize that at this moment in time that the selective schools are at 90% white. When I was going, 87 is when I graduated. We were 90%. So now I see why everybody hates on them, but I also see why the mayor wants to trash them too. But I wanted to ask Rufus, but I think he's gone, the origin of that. But the thing is that what I think, honestly, at the end of the day, from so many people's comments, and this is my standing comment, like, you know, Art's standing comment, and and everybody else who has their own standing comment, not that I'm trying, but this is the hill I'm dying on. Parents have got to be trained. Parents have got to be trained. Parents have got to be trained, because everything that the young lady said that was the teacher, how it's a disconnected number, they don't return the phone call, all of that. It's like, you understand that we're shaping your child, we're helping to shape your child, and we need your cooperation. Because a lot of times in this era, and little time before that, it's on the teacher. Everything is on the teacher. Absolutely everything, including learning their name. So I think that is very important up there with the budget, because if you don't have a cooperative population, both the parents and the kids, how are you ever going to move forward? We're just sinking backwards. And one thing I did want to know, I don't know if anybody can answer this, where do we get to the point where we have no ability to reprimand them in any way, or the teacher loses their job? I don't know if it's lawsuits or if it's the union or what, but that's from hell. That's a plan from hell, and we see it happening. That's my comment.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Susan. I can't answer that. I know that standardized testing has played a part in how these teachers are being monitored and how they're being reviewed as far as their classrooms go. But I know that when my kids were in class and my son had to have an IEP, we didn't find out until obviously second grade that, he was falling below the bar. And that's when that's a crash course in itself to find out how education even matters or considers students as they come through the system. And just to pass them along kind of gets them off your radar, unfortunately. I want to go ahead and grab Mark J. Mark J, you're on WVON.
So I just want to make this comment real quick. So when we talk about the elected school board, right, we don't see no type of young person. We don't see a parent. We don't really see no diversity, right? We see the people that are really making the changes. Most of our problems are coming from a micro perspective of what we see every day, right? So I'm going back to my man Killer Mike, and what he said was that in order for schools to run efficiently, right, we need to move those type of programs into those schools that are performing bad. We see Beasley, it's right there on 55th, right? Mm-hmm. So what made Beasley a good performing school? So they had some people in there that say, you know what, Beasley, we're going to start moving some of the programs that we had, the curriculum. It would not be no different if it was, over there in Inglewood. So my whole perspective is, one, to have somebody young. It'll be a student that's actually from CPS, had that on, had an electric school board. Two, we have a parent that has to say, hey, you know what? We got to hold ourselves accountable. Two, we have a teacher. Three, we have a teacher that's on the school board. So that way it balances out. I like that. Well, you don't see everybody making them hard changes, and you don't really see no progress, because everybody from the top, what they do will run with numbers, right? We all know that data could actually be skewed, right? But you don't really see that in real time. So
Thank you, Mark J. It sounds like an advisory board too. Guys, we're going to go to break. And when we come back, we got our AI Think Tech guy in the building, Jason Easterly. I can't wait to hear this AI conversation that we're about to have right here on the afternoon show.
More from LaDonna Ray and Ken Duncan coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Lung cancer is common among East Asian descendants, especially females.
We understand our patients have different backgrounds and circumstances, which is why we promote nearly 1,000 health screenings each year, like the CLUES program, which screens high-risk, often uninsured patients for cancer.
If it wasn't for the CLUES program at Northwestern Medicine, we wouldn't know my mom had lung cancer.
Because we treat our community the same way we treat our patients, better.
It's Rufus Williams. Every weekday morning from 7 to 9, I break down what's really going on, politics, power, and the people shaping our community. Think of it like your morning newspaper, headlines, context, and what it actually means, so you can take it in, sit with it, and move smarter through your day. If you're part of the Root Crew, you already know. And if you're watching on Facebook Live, the comments are a whole other show. Family reunion happening in real time. Listen live or on the WVON app, or join us on Facebook Live. It's the Rufus Williams Show, weekdays 7 to 9, right here on 1690 WVON.
Greetings, WVON family. It's your brother and friend, Bomani Obadeli of the Activist Hour. Join me on Saturday mornings as we discuss a holistic and public health approach to addressing community violence. We will also be discussing ways that we can create a safe, peaceful, economically thriving, and healthy communities. Join me Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. on WVON. for the Activist Hour. This report is brought to you by ComEd, powering lives. Here's a great savings idea. Did you know you've got the power to manage your energy? Yep, from usage alerts to energy saving programs and more. ComEd has all kinds of ideas to help you gain control over your energy saving costs. Find out more at ComEd.com/energy savings.
I'm your Magnolia Blues man, Sir Henry Cheatham, inviting you to join us
Tell me.
on WVON 1690 for some real American music and culture. Here on Classic Blues and R&B. Check us out Saturday, 11 p.m. until 2 a.m. on WVON, Classic Blues and R&B.
Shop small with Wintrust Bank and celebrate the heart of our community, our local businesses. Listen as we share a list of small businesses throughout our community that we can shop, dine, and support throughout the year. These businesses are the economic engine that drives our neighborhoods. Wintrust knows that. That's why they're Chicago's bank and why they're encouraging you to shop local. Keep listening for the Wintrust Community Business Spotlight campaign. With Wintrust, shopping small is a big deal.
Chicago, you know the song, Say My Name, Survivor, Independent Women, Bills, Bills, Bills. But before the global stages, the awards, and millions of records being sold, there was a vision. And behind that vision was Matthew Knowles, the legendary manager who helped transform a group of young women from Houston into one of the most successful female groups of all time. Now, Matthew Knowles takes you inside the extraordinary journey, delivering a fusion of storytelling and classical music for a musical experience you don't want to miss. This classical funk performance is taking place Saturday, August 29th at the Congress Hotel. For Destiny's Child, iconic and reimagined, narrated by the visionary himself, Matthew Knowles, and backed by a live 5-piece string ensemble. Hear the unmistakable harmonies, empowering lyrics, and legendary hits in an entirely new way while discovering the story behind the music. Upgrade to VIP premium seating and exclusive meet and greet with Matthew Knowles. VIP packages are limited. Say their name, hear their story, and enjoy the classical funk music experience narrated by Matthew Knowles.
Chicago, it's game time. This Saturday, August 29th, the South Side takes the field. The Chicago State Cougars kick off their historic inaugural season against the Roosevelt Lakers. Brick by brick, drive by drive, Cougar Nation is ready to shock the world. Catch every hit, every play, every touchdown live on Vaughn TV. Saturday at noon. Watch on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, the WVON app, or at Vaughn.tv. Cougar Nation, rise up.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than Saquon Barkley, the NFL's reigning leading rusher. I'm also the NFL's leading husher. Shh, hush up back there. Wow, I might have just set the hushing record. Well, almost. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
This report is brought to you by Mattress Firm. Still sleeping on that old bed? Mattress Firm sleep experts can help you choose the perfect upgrade. They'll guide you every step, answering your questions. Shop today and save big during the best sale of the year. They'll make sleep easy.
WVON, traffic and weather now.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown on 95th, stop and go traffic, 22 minutes. I-57, Ryan's I-80, 2-minute delay, 17 minutes. Bishop Ford, Ryan's I-80, 94, stop and go traffic, 30 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable Lakeshore Drive, to the Tri-State, stop and go traffic, 31 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolf to Post Office, 27-minute delay, 42 minutes. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare, 28-minute delay, 51 minutes. And Eden's Montrose Lake Cook, smooth sailing, 17 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago, is brought to you by the Chicago State University Cougars. WVON is the exclusive proud media partner of the Cougars' inaugural season. Their historic NCAA Division I football journey kicks off this Saturday at SeatGeek Stadium in Bridgeview, and you can catch the Cougars games airing on Vaughn TV. Today, mostly sunny, high of 80 and a low of 64. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high of 82 and a low of 65. In our city, it's currently 79 degrees and partly cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk Chicago WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to LaDonna Ray and Ken Duncan on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
So much emotion, so much emotion.
All right. It's my favorite part of the day. Part of the day when we are talking to Jason Easterly.
Yes.
Because it's Think Tech Thursday.
Yes. And
guys, you're listening to the
hey.
afternoon show. Tiva Buchanan. I'm sorry, but Tiva.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Tiva's here. Brother.
He's here and
Ken
he's here.
Duncan.
You know,
Yes.
he's listening, I'm sure. But Ken Duncan and myself.
Brother.
Yeah, brother.
Phi Beta
that
Sigma
to
fraternity
you,
in
right?
February 9th.
Well, I want to
There you
use
go.
I want to use this 4 minutes wisely, and AI can do it because when you talk about AI, we got to run through it. I want to hear this.
Well, Bill Gates just released an article that was on CNN. I strongly encourage you guys to take a look at it. He's talking about the guardrails that he's strongly encouraging that are applied or need to be applied to AI right now. And the reason why this is so important now versus say last year is because so many different changes have happened. We've been doing this AI conversation for a little over a year now, believe it or not. And so many things.
Wait, you coming on the show?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't. We
it's
should have
been a
done an
year.
anniversary.
3
Okay.
minutes. 3 minutes.
Go
3
ahead.
minutes. But in all seriousness, the fact that things have changed so rapidly in this last year with respect to AI, the call for the guardrails is so necessary. The job market, believe it or not, is actually not as bad as the media is making it out to be. So I want to make sure we call that out. But what's happened is the jobs themselves, individuals, the overall types of jobs are now starting to be transformed. I don't want to use the word eliminated. I want to use the word reduced, but they've been transformed in a way in which individuals are utilizing AI and in their companies. There was a moment in time where companies would talk about not even thinking about using AI in their company. It was prohibited. Now there's, you can use AI if you do it this way or do it that way. But as we continue on down this path, it's strongly encouraged to make sure that you look at some of the prohibitive suggestions that are out there, because as one gentleman I talked to earlier today said, the tiger is out of the cage.
Yep.
And if we do not put those guardrails, if we don't put those checks in place now, I say the conversation we have next year about this time is going to be very different.
What do those guardrails look like? I didn't read it. I just put the article up. I didn't read it. So
Sure. The guardrails, and see that they're very suggestive. I mean, most people now can go pull up their phone and they can do whatever they want to with AI, right? So to ask that question, what do those guardrails look like? From a personal perspective, I honestly can't answer that question, but I can tell you many of these corporations who are dipping their foot now, as opposed to the toe, into the AI pool are looking at looking at the use of personal data, the way in which decisions are being made in banking and finance and those kind of things. You'll have to make sure you put some level of guardrail around that so that that's not the only defining factor on a decision that's being made.
And most recently, I heard that there's going to be an AI stamp on everything that you get coming from, was it Perplexity?
Something like that, yeah.
Exactly. So you'll know that it was AI generated. So that's something to look out for. You know what, Jason, you always enlighten us with opening our eyes to more AI. There's so many things that can be done through AI. But watch this. Next month when you come back, I want to kind of go through some A and B testing. So that people can see with AI and without it, so that, we can better understand and embrace it
That's
and
a great
not
suggestion.
and not run from it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because that's my jam. But at the same time, I think if people felt or saw or heard some examples of using it where without AI, how it would be done, and with it, how it can be done better, or to or how to multiply your efforts, I think that would be very helpful for our audience.
I agree.
Loving it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jason Easterly, thank you so much. I tell you what, guys, that's the end of the afternoon show for the week. But we will be broadcasting live on Saturday, the CSU game. It's going to be on Vaughn TV.
Oh,
Make sure
yeah,
you
South
guys
State.
go to Vaughn.tv so you can see the game. And we will be
Go
doing
CSU.
a few of them. But watch this. This one right here is the first one, the inaugural one. We'll be there.
That's gonna be exciting.
And for those of you that are going to be at the, Reimagine tour with Destiny's Child, see you there. Yeah. VIP style. Okay. All right, guys. That's it. That's all. Ken Duncan.
Hey man, I'm still up for Jason Easterly doing his thing, brother. I'm like, we need more of you.
I agree.
I love
I
it.
agree, frat. I agree.
You know,
Of course, y'all got a bromance. Dr. LaDonna Ray, and I'm out. Bye-bye for now.
Good evening, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here are your news headlines. Chicago man charged with defacing police memorial. Southside school closed over possible mold. Famous Dex arrested. And actor Samuel Monroe Jr. dies at 52. National news from the Black Information Network is up next on Chicago's only urban talk radio station, 1690 AM WVON, Berwyn, Chicago.
BIN News Now. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel has released a report on the Flint water crisis, blaming failures in oversight, public health response, and accountability. Justice has evaded the people of Flint. The report also cites a Michigan Supreme Court ruling as a key reason no criminal convictions were secured in the case, which exposed thousands to lead-contaminated water and was linked to a deadly Legionnaires outbreak. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries is facing mixed reactions after reports of a private meeting with Jared Kushner. Jeffries says any discussions would focus on policy issues while critics and supporters within the party debate the move. And President Trump's proposal